I'm your host, the Armchair Grump, and today, excuse the filthy table, we finally got it a little clean actually. This is the table that was holding all the pieces to the Eclipse, and I'll actually give you guys a quick preview of that. Me and my dad were actually able to get it set up. Dun, 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 dun. Here it is, partially built. As you can see, those aren't actually holding; those are just Tupperware. But the bottom panels are on, and as you can see, I'm working on the interior. So, hey, Mister, my dog got a Q-tip. Where did you get this Q-tip? Did you get the garbage? Little stinker. So, as you can see here, we got our little lineup of boxes that I'm eventually gonna hopefully get into a. I'm gonna glue them and tape them together or something and do like a nice little decoration. But we have this nice little magical bag. I just stopped off from my local card shop, and we got some goodies. So today, new Magic set came out, pre-release. I've kind of given up Magic, but this is the only reason I might, it's the only thing that actually interested me of all the, we call them. Magic started to branch out into licenses and stuff that aren't Magic, and they went into Final Fantasy, and I love Final Fantasy, and I simply want the cards for the art. Simply, kind of like Pokemon. I wanted the Pokemon cards too because I want to play and stuff. But I want to collect them. I simply want to collect them. I'm probably not going to do very much playing. I'm thinking about maybe getting like the Commander decks. I'm not sure. And I also picked up some Pokemon packs at the store that they had. So we got those. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8, 9, 10. 10 of this. I think it's Future Fest or something like that. Oh my gosh, why does it always do that? And unfortunately, both the boxes of Final Fantasy are very expensive at the moment, and they were also sold out. So I might have, I probably still would have gotten one if it was $180, $170. It would be like 170, 180 bucks. I probably still would have gotten one, to be honest, because that's just unfortunately the price of them, price of stuff nowadays. Like 150 is like the lowest on a box. They just keep jacking up the prices, unfortunately. Wizards, that is. Wizards is. But I did get these, which are still a pretty good deal. The pre-release sets, these come with 6 packs. They were $50, but they also have dice in there. The boxes are pretty cool, and they also have, apparently there's like okay, so they have 6 packs, what do you call it? A stamped card. So you get at least 7 rares. The stamped card could also be mythic. So it could be of either the highest rarity, second highest rarity. I think it also can be like the full art. So it can be any of I think it basically can be rare and up, and it gets a stamp on it, and it's foil. So you get that. So it's kind of like opening 7 packs instead of just 6. But it also gets the stamp on there. It says pre-release and stuff, which is pretty cool. And then also, apparently in this one, I didn't know, but they have it's like 1 in 20 chance of getting a cool crystal dice. I don't know if it's actually made out of crystal or it's just a design to look like crystal. But that's really cool. But it's a 1 in 20 chance, but apparently those are going for a decent amount of money too. So, and the reason these are more normally I think these are like $40 now, the pre-release kits, because they're play boosters, which usually I think you get 2 rare. No, I don't think you're not guaranteed 2 rares. You're guaranteed foils in every pack. The chances of getting more than 1 rare is quite high now. It's like 1 in every 4 packs or something. but it's more than just the regular. Like back in the day, your odds of getting like 2 rares in a pack was very low. Nowadays, so the set boosters versus the play booster and stuff, but they're all play boosters now, which you have much higher chances. You always get foils. The chances of getting multiple rares or like a rare and a mythic and a whole bunch of stuff is much higher. All that kind of stuff. They just find ways to make you like raise the prices, but. So that's why they're more expensive. Plus, apparently the set costs more because very specifically it costs more. They're actually charging more because of the license. Because Wizards had to pay for a license, they are actually charging more for the license, which is kind of insane to me. But it's Final Fantasy. I love Final Fantasy. It is one of the things like Pokemon from my childhood, JRPGs and stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and crack into it. We're probably going to go ahead and crack both of them. I really hate the fact that, you have to tear this to get into it, but we're just going to go ahead and do that. Is there any way to get into this without tearing it? It doesn't look like it. I wish they really would make it so you didn't have to tear it. It was like I wish there was plastic around it with a slipcover. I think that's what they used to do. It used to have plastic or saran wrap, not saran wrap, but yeah, plastic. And then it would just slip right off. Answer the call of the crystals. Ooh, that's really cool inside. Wait, so the box, this is attached to the box. All right, these are punch outs. So you get little punch outs and stuff. I remember this is very similar to the 80s, the 1980s murder one, not the Karlov Manors one. Ooh, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. I like this. Yeah, I like this. So, like, I'm not interested in, like, the Marvel stuff, the Spider-Man. The Lord of the Rings was okay, but I'm not, like, interested in the Fallout. Like, I like Fallout, but, like, I don't like it, and I don't like Magic the Gathering, but very specifically since there is absolutely nothing for Final Fantasy, like, there are no other games for Final Fantasy. Like, I don't think there's no card games. So outside of obviously the video games, duh. There are no miniature games. There are no card games that I know of. Now, there might be in Japan, but I honestly, like, yeah, I don't know of any. So, like, this is the only real product. The only real product that I know of. And that is the only reason. But, so, besides that, like, the art. So, like, that and the art are, like, super big reasons why I wanted them. So, so this one we did not get a crystal dice. What is it? But I will cherish this. It just has FF on it. I wish they had the symbols. I wish they, you know what? They could have had the symbols for each. Like, it could be Final Fantasy X. It could be the symbols. It should have been the symbols from, like, different ones. Like, it could have been Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy 1, Final Fantasy, like, that would have been really cool. Like, the symbol could have been one from, like, you got 15 different ones, and you could have had, like, such different variations. Like, these could have been so collectible for them, and, like, you would have, like, different colors. So, like, you could have had, like, a blue and yellow one for Titus for Final Fantasy X. That would have been super collectible. I'm not saying these aren't collectible or anything, but, like, when I would have done so much for this set. All right, so let's see. Well, I already kind of saw what the thing was. What is this? Okay, so we got a divider here. I have not played, like, Final Fantasy 1. I played tons of Final Fantasy 8. I had a demo disc from, like, Pizza Hut or something. And I played that demo disc. Like, that is the only game on that demo disc that I played. I played that so much. And then I finally got Final Fantasy X-2, and then Final Fantasy X, then Final Fantasy 12, and then Final Fantasy 13. So, but yeah, I still need to play Final Fantasy, the full Final Fantasy 8. I was a kid when I had that, so I played that demo disc. So, all right, so this is a divider. It's cool though, but I have no idea when it comes to, like, Final Fantasy, like 1 through 7, 9. So I don't know any of those. So a lot of people might have nostalgia. I just can't get into those retro-y uh, Final Fantasy 8 is kind of as retro as I can get. This is like little just insert thing. Nice piece of art, but judge card. I don't know if this is Final Fantasy online or not. What's this? Okay, just instructions on how to build a pre-release deck. All right, so what did we get? Zeldinch. Zel. Legendary creature, human monk. You may play additional land on each of your turns. Oh, dude, this can go right on my Windgrace deck. Zaldench gets 1+0 for each land you control at the beginning of your end step. Return a land you control to its owner's hand. Ooh. You still get to play an additional land, so this could be a landfall trigger deck. Lands matter. Not lands matter. Enter the field effect. So obviously, like the zombie land. I can't remember what it's called, but there's tons of lands. ETB land effects and stuff, and also like obviously landfall effects that you want additional land triggers plus bringing them back to your hand, and then have ETB triggers plus the additional land triggers. So yeah, this is pretty great. That's great. It's not a bad one for the promo, but this could actually, like, this is very usable for me. I don't know, like, if it's worth anything. I have no idea about value or worth on anything. Obviously, I think obviously the main characters on any of them in full art, or I know like they have, I don't know how many different variations, but like Sephiroth, Cloud, Titus. I don't know if there's one for everybody. If there's Pain, Riku. I'm trying to think. The guy, I saw the ones from Final Fantasy VIII, all had cards. The girl, the main character, the main guy, I can't remember his name, but I think he has a gun blade, and he's got like his jacket with, his turn-up collar, or his, white collar. And then he's, they all just have, they're all just Cloud. So like Cloud, Sephiroth, I don't know if they got everybody. I don't know if everyone got a card or not. I would think that there's just too many characters probably to get a card. So I'm going to go ahead and actually open both boxes, because I just want to open all the packs at once. And I apologize if you hear any stuff in the background. I have a fan pretty far away going. I've got the air conditioning. It is hot outside. And me and the dog are sweltering. So these boxes are pretty cool. I am going to do something with these. I'm going to start doing stuff with them to use them. I used to just chuck everything away, and I think I can actually do stuff with these to make them, like, do something with them, like an art piece, like a background or something, like I'm kind of doing here. I'm going to get these Japanese ones. So this is kind of like a standover. I got a whole bunch of no crystal one, unfortunately. So what? It doesn't have the Final Fan. Oh no. Okay, never mind. So this is 20. The FF is 20. The planar symbol, the planar symbol, or the Planeswalker symbol, is the 1. Okay, I just noticed that. I thought. Okay. I mean, I get the crossover, but I thought for a minute they're like, it doesn't have, but like, yeah, seriously, this should have been like Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy 1, the colors should have been specific to certain games, and the numbers, like they said they're like, oh, we were so thoughtful about this, and I'm like, you couldn't even put the put like specific symbols and color patterns and stuff on each one. Like, you have no idea. If I had done this set, I would have been like, I could make everything. I could just do everything. I would know. I'd be like, oh, we need this little detail and that little detail. Now, like, I know, like, I don't know a lot of the older sets, but I'm like I said, like, there's tons of little things that you could do. All right, we're gonna go right into it. Unfortunately, another character I don't know. Cipher Homazi. Cipher? Unfortunately, like I said, at the very least 7 of them. I mean, even though I played 8, even though I've played 8, Squall, I know Squall because that's the main character, right? I I only played like the demo, which I don't even think is technically the beginning. It's like them getting off the sub and making an assault on some area. Like they're in the sub, they attack this area, they get out of the subs, and then they like, attack. Like they're like making an assault, kind of like they're some sort of attack force. So, legendary creature, human knight. So we got 2 legendary creatures, both red too. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gains double strike till end of turn. Fire cross. Whenever Cipher Almazi deals combat damage to a player, you may cast target instant or sorcery card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. That spell would be put into your graveyard exile instead. Unfortunately, if you ever have something that plays out of your graveyard, you want it to be cheap, like the Dreadhorde Arcanist or something. You want it to be like a 2-drop that triggers off of like, yeah. The 4-drop's not going to work, especially in a lot of red stuff. Well, there is 12 packs, which, if I had 18 packs, right? 36, yeah, 18 packs would be half of a box. So, but anyways, like I said, I'm ordering in bulk at the moment. So I'm ordering Pokemon in bulk at the moment from Korea. So it's taking a while to ship here, but I'm getting a deal. We are getting a deal on it because I'm ordering in bulk. It's cheaper because it's coming right from Korea, and I'm not paying any shipping. I'm not even, the shipping's included, and it's still cheaper than let me down just a little bit more. It's still cheaper than buying it, cause like once the people in America get it up, put an upcharge on it. So yeah, buying it directly from Korea, from the resellers over there, it's like $10 to $15 cheaper per box. So, all right. So I don't know how these work. Let me see here real quick. Okay, somebody else. Okay, so these look to be different. I watched somebody open a box, and when they open their play, are these play boosters? These are play boosters, right? Yeah, these are play boosters. When they open their play boosters from their box, I'm pretty sure the commons, uncommons, and rare were all in the front. So unless something got changed around, or he was from Britain, so unless he got, I was watching Az from Heel versus Babyface. So if he's from Britain and maybe they get theirs printed over there in Britain, and they do theirs differently than English ones. So I don't know. It was weird seeing them turned around. So it was kind of like old Pokemon cards where the ones you want were in the front and then all the chaff were in the back. But there's not really much chaff for me. To be honest, because I kind of want everything. Obviously, I would just like all the borderless cool versions of all the commons too, but all right. I haven't seen any of this set yet, to be honest. Well, okay, when I say I haven't seen any of it, I haven't done any of the pre-release stuff, so. Sage's Noliths. So this looks like it's Final Fantasy 14? Is this the... This might be like the MMO. I'm not sure though. I see the ears and I go straight to the MMO, but I don't know if any of the earlier ones. Obviously, there's the rabbit, they start with V or something, I think. The rabbits, rabbit women from Final Fantasy 12. Sage's Noliths. So I'm guessing the Noliths are these summoning things. Oh no, it's artifact equipment. Okay, so it's an equipment. 1/2 job select. When this equipment enters, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token, then attach it to it. Okay, so this has got basically rebel or something like that. An equipped creature gets +1/+0, has whenever this creature attacks, untap target attacking creature, and is a cleric in addition to its other types. Dang. So for 1 and a blue, you get a 2/1. Whenever this creature attacks, untap target attacking creature. And is a cleric into its additional types. So it can either untap itself or it can untap another creature. That's pretty good. I mean, for a common, I know things have been pushed lately. I don't know how unpushed they are. I haven't played in a year, so. Weapons vendor. Is weapons vendor a reprint? 3 and a white. Whenever this creature enters, draw a card. Okay, nice. That actually might be Pauper playable. Pauper white doesn't get to draw cards very often, so beginning of your combat on your turn, if you control an equipment, you may pay 1 when you do attach target equipment. You control the target creature you control. Beginning of combat on your turn, if you control an equipment, you may pay 1. Wow, so you can. Oh my gosh. This is a common. This could actually. I know it's a 4 drop. Oh my gosh. Imagine if this was like a 2 or 3 drop and it didn't even have the enter the battlefield draw a card part and just the bottom part. Beginning of combat on your turn, if you control an equipment, you may pay 1. When you do attach target equipment, you control the target creature you control. Imagine Hammer. Oh my gosh. +10/+10, and it takes like 10 to equip or 8 to equip or something, right? But it only costs 1 to play. Like, this is actually possibly bustable. The fact that you pay 1 to equip any nasty thing. It's just 1, as long as you control equipment, and that's a common. Obviously, I know it costs 4 mana, but it also draws a card. If you took the draw card off and reduced it by 2 mana, or reduced it even by 1 mana, a 3 drop. All right, haste magic. Target creature gets +3/+1 and gains haste until end of turn. Exile the top card of your library. You may play it until the end of your next turn. Okay. +3/+1 gains haste. Exile, and you get pseudo draw for 2 mana. That's not bad. Shinra's reinforcements. When this creature enters, mill 3 cards. You gain 3 life. Oh, that's a creature. Okay, that's a creature. 2 and 3. When this creature enters, mill 3 cards. You gain 3 life. Town creature. Human citizen. This. I'm going to be honest, the only thing I have a little disappointment in is obviously outside of like the main characters, like Titus and some of like those characters, this looks like it could be in any Magic set. Who did this art? Okay. Hayakin Serena, obviously a Japanese person. Let's be honest, this doesn't look like it's from Final Fantasy. Where does this look like it's from? This looks like any generic Final Fantasy. The art should have been chosen. The art should have been chosen so it was from always key areas. Always key areas, right? Key areas or things that like it should always be like, oh, I know where that is. Right? Like Final Fantasy X obviously had like most of the Final Fantasy have very key art styles. The older ones are where it's going to be harder to do because either they're art, you know, they're 2D games that are little sprites, but even then they have very good art styles for some of the art. World map. 1 and tap, sack this artifact, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle. 3 and tap, sack this artifact, search your library for a land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle. So this can either search for a basic or search your library for a land. It just, okay, this is usable for, not bad. Sahagin, Merfolk Warrior. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, at least 4 mana was spent to cast. Put a 1/1 counter on this creature, and it can be blocked this turn. Cactar. Oh, is this an uncommon? That is an uncommon. Ooh. These are going to be collectible. There's got to be, like, there's like a bajillion different Cactar, right? There's like a bajillion different Cactar. So I would think the Cactar are the one where you would, like, there would be a whole bunch named Cactar, and there's a whole bunch of them that do different things. Beginning of your end step, if this creature didn't enter the battlefield this turn, return it to its owner's hand. Oh, it's a 3/3 for 1 with trample at the beginning of your end step. If this creature didn't enter the battlefield this turn, if this creature didn't enter the battlefield this turn, huh? Okay, I see. I get it, but all right. So that's uncommon. Garnet, Princess of Alexandria. So some of these cards are just like the Final Fantasies. I do not know. Legendary creature, human, noble, cleric, lifelink. Whenever Garnet attacks, you may remove a lower counter from each of any number of sagas you control. Put a 1/1 counter, +1/+1 counter on Garnet for each lower counter. Interesting. I wonder how many saga stuff is going to be in here, or if it's to play with some of the other sets. Relentless X-ATM092. 6. Okay, for a 6/5 artifact creature, robot spider. This creature can be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. 8. Return this creature from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped with finality. If a creature with a finality counter and it would die, exile it instead. Okay. Except by 3 or more creatures. Okay, interesting. Wait, so I got 4 uncommons, and I still got like 3 cards? There's 4 cards still. So did I get a double rare in this? Okay, Samurai's Katana. Job select. When this equipment enters... Okay, so this is basically Rebel or something like that. So we get the 1/1 tokens. 1/1 colorless hero creature token. Equipped creature gets +2/+2, has trample, haste, and is a samurai. So for 3 mana, you get a 3/3 trample and haste. That's a samurai. Murasame, equip 5. So the Murasame is just equip 5. It just gives it a name. All right, our first rare, I think. So, yeah, rare. Dion, Bahamut's Dominant. So this, I have not finished Final Fantasy 15 yet. Sorry, 16. I'm currently playing 16 on stream, actually. The Armchair Grump, if you want to watch us play, I'm currently playing it. We got some over some of the stream. It's on. We got the streams out. Obviously, the streams out there, and then also I got some of the edited video out there. So, I've seen him. I've seen Bahamut. I say it weird, probably. Dion, Dragon, Fire, Dive during your turn. So 4 mana during your turn. Dion and other knights you control have flying. Okay. When he enters, create a 2/2 white knight creature token. So for 4 mana, you get 5 power and toughness. 6 mana, tap, exile him, then return it to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control. He's a saga. Wings of Light. Put a 1/1 counter on each other creature you control. These creatures gain flying till end of turn. So that's 2, Saga 1 and 2, and then 3. Giga Flare. Destroy target permanent, exile Behemoth, then return it to the battlefield. Front phase. Okay. Wait, so when it's a legendary enchantment creature. So it's a 5/5 flying dragon while being a saga. Man, they are getting crazy. So it's a legendary enchantment creature saga dragon. Wow. So it's a saga and a creature enchantment all the same time. So you're putting 1/1 counters on stuff So basically, you get 3 turns of a 5/5 flyer, and then it flips back over. That's kind of crazy. This is a cool card, though. I will give it that. All right, I want to put these in so you guys can see it. There. Up here. Okay, we got a foil. Do I get 2 foils? No? Okay. So it looks like you get a land insert, a token insert, and a foil insert. Okay. Cargo ship. 1 and a blue. It's an uncommon. Oh, dude. Artifact vehicle. Why aren't you a Thopter? Flying Vigilance for a 2/3 tap, add colorless. Spend this mana only to cast an artifact spell or activate an ability of an artifact source. This actually might be usable in some of my artifact decks in Crew 1. This actually might be usable in some of my EDH artifacts stuff. So foil, go over here, and token, and land. Hey, Rabanaster. See, this is what the cities should be, like Rabanaster, and they should be noticeable places from the video game. Like, they should just be noticeable places. Now, there's going to be plenty of them that I don't notice, but like I said, that one card just looked like any generic fantasy game. It didn't even look like it didn't even look like it was out of Final Fantasy. It just looked generic fantasy. I know sometimes Magic, unfortunately, like sometimes the art is amazing. It really is. Especially when they have a very unique planes, like obviously Aether Revolt. I can't remember the name of the planes, but like that set, some of the artifact sets, Mirrodin, Kamigawa, those can really be. There's plenty of sets, but then some of the sets are just very. Sometimes the art, they can just have randomly very generic art, especially when it comes to like knights or stuff like that, and that's kind of unfortunate. All right, Saga. Summon GF Ifrit? Girlfriend Ifrit? What is GF Ifrit? Let's see. Is this... This has got to be an older one, because this is not Final Fantasy. Like, this art style anyways. I can't tell. Saga Demon. So obviously I think they gave it the demon for magic purposes. This kind of looks like this kind of looks like Ifrit from Final Fantasy X, but it could be from an older Final Fantasy. It could be from an older summons from a different one. You may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Wait, so this is also a creature. It's a 3/2 for 3 with the Saga stuff. Oh wow, okay. This is gonna be hard to get used to. You may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. You do that twice, and then 2 more. So you get 4. So for 4 turns, you get this, and then twice you get to add an additional red. I think this will definitely be in red deck win stuff. A 3/2 for 3. It doesn't have haste, but twice you may discard a card if you do draw a card. So you get pseudo draw, and then you also get to get free mana twice in a row. I know you only get it for 4 turns, but you could also bring it back from the graveyard with enchantment stuff. So you could play white-red. You could play, creature stuff. Like, there's plenty of stuff. Now, this is obviously very Final Fantasy. Ahriman. Creature Eye Horror. These guys were in Final Fantasy X also quite a bit. Flying, Death Touch, 3, and sacrifice another creature or artifact to draw a card. Sacrifice another creature or artifact to draw a card. That's not great. Flying Death Touch, though. Not the best. Balam T Rexar? I had no idea. Trample. When this creature enters, you gain 3 life. Forest Cycling. Hey, they brought back, like, the cycling stuff. That's not bad. 6/6 for 6 with Trample. Enters, gain 3 life. And Forest Cycling, too. Man, they just keep making better craw worms. Dragoon's Wyvern. A 2/1 for 3. Flying. When this creature enters, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token. Okay, so you get 3 power 2 so you just get a token. Okay, that's nice. Ooh, what is this? Galacat? Creature cat. 1/3. Flying vigilance. As long as you control 2 or more artifacts, this creature gets +2/+0. That's the ticket. North Mountain? Not sure which one that's from either. Adventurer's Airship. What? Is that supposed to be in the middle? Is that supposed to be in the middle? That doesn't look like an art card. Okay. Alright, Adventurer's Airship. That is still a common. 3 artifact vehicle, 3 colorless, flying. Whenever this vehicle attacks, draw a card, then discard a card. Crew 2. And randomly, because is this a rare? Is this a rare? There's no stamp at the bottom. Is this an uncommon? Sir Conrad the Grim. Oh, you know what? Hey, first of all, what is going on? There are no stamps. Look at... Are there supposed to be stamps? I thought commons and uncommons also had stamps. I am so confused. I am very confused. It looks so weird seeing that down below. Oh, wait. So this, I'm assuming, is an alternate art card. Sir Conrad the Grim is originally from one of the Arthur sets. I can't remember what it's called all of a sudden. So this is an alternate art. Golbez clad in darkness. So this would be an uncommon, I'm pretty sure, because Sir Conrad, I believe, is an uncommon. This is the Black Knight from one of the Arthurian Legends one. Whenever another creature dies or a creature card is put in your graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, or creature card leaves your graveyard, Golbez deals 1 damage to each opponent. 1 in a black, each player mills a card. Yeah, so that is cool. I love that art. Like, I love that art, but it's just weird. It's also weird that I thought there's just no stamp. It's just like gray. It's just gray. They must have changed something. Like I said, I haven't played in about a year. I haven't played since the cute fuzzy animal set. Whatever that was called. Unexpected request. 2 in red. Gain control target creature till end of turn. Okay, it's just you may attach an equipment you control to that creature. If you do, unattach it. Right, that's an uncommon. Travel the overworld. I love any art with a chocobo. 5, 6, 7 sorcery. Affinity for towns. This spell costs 1 less for each town you control. So Rabanastre Royal City is a town. So those are lands. Draw 4 cards. So basically the dual lands, the tapped dual lands, are towns in this set. Orin's Inspiration. There we go. Final Fantasy X. They should have just done a set for each Final Fantasy. You know, if they wanted to, they should have just done Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way through, dude. I would have bought the heck out of Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy 12. Orin's Inspiration, 2 in a white. Attacking creatures get +2/+0 till end of turn. Flashback. Ooh, it's got flashback. Nice. Oh, another uncommon. So there's 4 uncommons instead of 3 uncommons. X-Death Void Warlock. 1 black green. I have no idea. Never heard of this. Legendary creature Spirit Warlock. When X-Death enters, you gain 3 life at the beginning of your end step. If there are 6 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, transform it. If there are 6 or more permanents. Cactar. Neo X Death. Dimensions End. Trample. Neo X Death power is equal to the number of permanent cards in your graveyard. This seems like a fun card to play with. It's also a legendary. It's only an uncommon though. There we go. Jumbo Cactar. Oh, it's 7? I thought this was 6 mana. It's a 1/7 for 7 mana. That's a rare, and you're like, what? But then 10,000 Needles is its ability. Whenever this creature attacks, it gets 9,000 plus 9,999 damage and plus 0 till end of turn. So it gets to do 10,000 damage whenever it attacks. Not when it defends, just when it attacks. So I believe this is from Final Fantasy X, right? Some Cactars live long lives and grow huge. This Jumbo Cactar is one of them. And then a foil Gale Cat. Oh, full art land. That's what I want. I want full art lands. That is gorgeous. Dude, I want a full art island that is the pool, the Final Fantasy. They better, if someone have the pool from Final Fantasy X. The one that Titus and Yuna swims in, or the one, that one. The crystal, it's like the Crystal Lake. They're in the forest. They go for it. Like they swim in it, like the romance scene where she's crying. I want that so much. Ooh, Chocobo! Why isn't it token creature Chocobo Bird? Why doesn't it say Chocobo Bird? Like it can be bird. It could be a bird, but why doesn't it have Chocobo? That's the only thing I like. Why not have Chocobo? Whenever a land you control enters, this token gets +1. Oh, it's got land. Land dropper. Yeah. Anyways, forest. That is great. Token land. Well, so far I'm having lots of fun. I love that art. I know it's only an uncommon, but that is a Sir Conrad. Sir Conrad's great. It's a great EDH card. That's a great art for it, and I love. See, this is what I think every licensed set, like Marvel, everything, which they did for, what is it? They did it for that one set, the Godzilla set, the King of the Monster set or whatever. They made all original cards, and then they had an alternative art card for every single rare, mythic, and some of the uncommons. They had an alternative art. So, like, there was some monster, and then there was an alternative art that made it So they had their own original name, their own original lizard-looking thing, right? And then they had an alternative art that was Godzilla. Then they had a moth-looking creature, and they had an alternative art. They should have done that. They should just have have a whole set that's all original, and then just have all alternative arts. It's like, it doesn't make sense that Final Fantasy is now somehow in the Magic universe, I know it's a multiverse thing, but it's like, it doesn't make sense. It's in it. Just make alternative arts. Like, that is a cool alternative art of Sir Conrad. All right, we got Kikiran Merchant. Is it like a little... It looks like a little kangaroo mouse thing. 2 and a blue, 1 tap, draw a card, then discard a card. 7 and a tap, sack this creature. Draw 3 cards. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each town you control. So they're kind of doing this pseudo town thing. I don't think it's probably going to be nearly as powerful as the gate stuff. Looks like there's an art card in the back there. Slash of Light. Slash of Light deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control plus the number of equipments you control the target creature. So nice pauper weight removal. Red Mage's Rapier. Yeah, they need some. That's what we need. We need like the red mage, blue, like all the white mage, black mage, all that stuff. 1 in a red. Job select. So for 2, you get a 1/1. Or this creature gets plus. So you get a 3. You get a 3/1. Oh no. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature gets +2/+0 till end of turn. So it gets pumped whenever you cast a non-creature spell, and is a wizard in addition to its other types. So that's like a free pump. There's a lot of creatures that have that whenever you cast a non-creature spell. So this is like a more powerful, except it doesn't give you defense, but it's like a more powerful attack version of prowess. And it's on an equipment, so you can keep it going, even though your guy dies. Black Mage's Rod. So we got the Black Mage. Awesome. I love that. That's cool, Black Mage. Job select, so it's a 1/1, and then equipped creature gets +1/+0, so it's 2/1. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent and is a wizard in addition. So this would work for artifacts still, so you could do a damage. This would work for my artifact deck whenever I cast an artifact, deal damage. Airship crash. Okay, I couldn't tell the art through the phone. Alright, 2 and a green, instant, destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. Cycling 2. Alright, just your basic kind of usable stuff for standard and stuff like that. If enters in land town, when this land enters, you gain 2 life. Oh, this is a land. Tap for colorless. Oh, so it's a colorless land that gives you 2 life. Interesting. Oh, it doesn't enter tapped either. Nice. Obviously, it taps for colorless, so, but tapping for colorless is quite nice too. For a lot of things. Iron Giant. Sounds like we're drawing, like that makes me think of the movie Iron Giant. Vigilance, Reach, and Trample 6/6. So just a big beater, something you could use for pre-release. Saj's Chocobo. Zaz's Chocobo. Oh, this is Final Fantasy 13. I haven't played 13 in a while, and I was not a fan of 13 because I had like this huge big hopes for 13, but it eventually kind of grew on me. And the only problem I had is it had a lot of 13 really had a lot of issue with the narrative, pacing. I think the story it had, if they paced it and moved it around, like because there's a lot of times where they just had tons of narrative dumps and the characters just kind of trauma dumped on you. When I say trauma dump, they just told their whole life story, or they just kind of stuff like that. If they could have moved it around and also let you explore Cocoon a little bit more, like they had an explorative area on the Cocoon, and then after a certain period of time, you get kicked off Cocoon, and it's just not just constantly running away. But I still have a soft spot for it. But yeah, it's just kind of like the characters are constantly whining. I know their life sucks, but it's just like, you know. And they also, the other thing too is like they talk about a problem. They're like, okay, I'm done talking about this problem. I'm gonna face the thing, and then they whine about the problem again. So like I said, I have a soft spot for Final Fantasy 13. I've played it through a couple times. I love Grand Pulse when you get to Grand Pulse, but yeah, I love the Chocobo. I especially like the Australian too. Summon Primal Garuda. I've heard that name before, but I don't remember it. Oh, Garuda. Okay, Garuda. Yeah, that's the one I just fought Garuda actually. On my my last stream, I just fought Garuda. And we tore spoilers, but we tore her apart. So for 3, why is she white? Wouldn't Garuda be like green? She's a flying harpy that does the wind. I would think she would be green. So 3 and a white for a 3/3 flyer, aerial blast. Creature deals 4 damage to target tap creature and opponent controls. Okay. So she ETB. So basically what? She ETBs and she does 4 damage to target tap creature. It's not bad for 4 mana, and you get a 3/3 flyer for 2 turns at least. Slipstream. Another target creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains flying until end of turn. All right. And you also get to pump up another creature. So that these will be interesting to see how powerful they are. And like obviously that's an uncommon one, but it'll be interesting to see the other ones. Circle of Power. 3 and a black. You draw 2 cards and you lose 2 life. Create a 0/1 black wither creature token with whenever you cast a non-creature spell. This token deals 1 damage to each opponent. Wizards you control get +1/+0 and gain lifelink until end of turn. Huh. Wizards you control, so this is specifically for pumping up what you get. Draw 2 cards, you lose 2 life. You create a 0/1 black wizard creature token with whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this token deals 1 damage to each opponent, wizards you control. That's a lot of interesting things on a card. You don't get to use the wizard right away, but side quest, catch a fish. Yeah, I was gonna say that should be Final Fantasy 15. Saga enchantment. It's an enchantment that flips. It's not a saga. 2 and a white. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. If it's an artifact creature card, you may reveal it, put it into your hand. If you put a card into your hand this way, create a food token and transform the top part of your library. If it's an artifact. Oh, we got a squall. Squall. Cooking campsite. Land. Tap for a white. Sack it. Artifact. Put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. This actually might not be bad for an artifact deck of mine. The fact that you get to get an additional land or artifact or creature. So Squall. Unfortunately, it's not the cool Squall. I don't even think you can get you can get a full art one, but you can't get the expensive Squall. I don't think. That can it's really annoying that you can. I don't. There's certain cards you can only get in the collectible. I don't like that. I think you should be able to get every kind of card in the play boosters, unless they've changed it. I know a year ago they hadn't changed it yet, but maybe they have. I just think that obviously the chances can be very, very low, but I still think you should be every several booster boxes you get one. You have the chance it's every 10 booster boxes or every 6 booster boxes, every case, you're maybe guaranteed to, not guaranteed, but it should be every 6 booster boxes or something. Your chances should be that you get a one of those really nice cards. When I say really nice, one of the full art alternative thing, one of the cards that you can only get in the collector boosters right now. Unless, like I said, they changed it. But there were cards you can only get in the collector boosters. Even the foil stamped ones. Some of the foil stamped ones should have cards that are the foiled stamped ones they should split them between the collector boosters and the regular play boosters. Squall, Seed, Mercenary. So I have, like I said, I played that demo disc of Final Fantasy VIII a bajillion, but I have no idea the story of Final Fantasy VIII. I just know the characters. Rough Divide. So he's 2 white, black, 3/4. Rough Divide. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gains double strike till end of turn. Whenever Squall deals combat damage to a player, return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So he's a small titan. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gains double strike. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, so it's both as Titan and it gains double strike. That's not bad, and it's also a legendary. It's also a legendary. Lots of legendaries. So we got an art card. Ooh, another land card. I love the full art lands, and art. I love art cards too. Art, I wish the art cards were an additional thing, so you get a token and an art. But I just love the art cards too. Obviously, the gold signed ones are really cool. What is this? Who is this? I have no idea who that is. And what's our foil here? Vane's Treachery. Oh, Vane? Is that Final Fantasy 12? I think it's Final Fantasy 12. 1 and a black. Kicker, sack an artifact or creature. Kicker, sack an artifact or creature. You may sacrifice an artifact or creature in addition to any other cost as you cast this spell. Target creature gets -2, -2. Is this an instant? Okay, -2, -2 till end of turn. If the spell is kicked, that creature gets -6, -6 till end of turn. If this was a 1 black instead of a 2, 1 and a black, yeah, I can see it still. It's an artifact, or it's also an artifact. Never mind. I see that being pauper playable. I don't. I wonder what the best morbid, right? But that requires you to kill something, and it doesn't give you the morbid doesn't give you the opportunity. You have to kill it in another way. Kicker just lets you kill it with the card. You know, sack it with the card. Quadrub 4 rare. There's a name. 2 and a black. When this creature enters, choose 1. Destroy target creature that was dealt damage this turn. Exile up to 2 target cards from a single graveyard. Okay. Seems like that could be pauper playable. Graveyard hate and creature destruction on a stick. Gubu Gardener. Gubu Gaba, Gubu Gaba, Gubu Gaba. 1 in the green, plant beast, 1/3. Yeah, just a mana dork. Scorpion, Sentinel, artifact, creature, robot, scorpion. 1 in a blue. As long as you control 7 or more lands, this creature gets +3/+0. Chocobos! Summon Chocomog. I have no idea where this one's from. I'm guessing this is going to be Orc? Kupo? I'm going to guess this is going to be the online Final Fantasy 14. This saga enters Stampede. Other creatures you control get +1/+0 till end of turn. Other creatures you control get +1/+0 till end of turn. 1, 2, 3. So 4 times, and you get a 3/3 creature. Tokens, anybody? Tokens? Item Shopkeeper. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature gains minutes till end of turn. 2/2. Whenever you attack. So it's not one shopkeeper. Just whenever you attack, target attacking equipped creature. So this card. This card still does it's still this card's ability, but it triggers whenever any creature attacks. Whenever any creature of yours attacks. Okay. It's just kind of weird wording for me. The Grand Pulse Ochu. Grand Pulse. 1 green for Death Touch for a 1/1. Not bad. 1/1 for 1. 1/1 for 1 with plus an ability. 8 until end of turn. This creature gets +1/+1 for each permanent card in your graveyard. Interesting. I want to make that playable somehow. Even if it's pauper. Lunatic Pandora. I love cheap artifacts. 1 legendary artifact. 1 colorless. 2 tap, surveil 1. Look at the top card of your library. You may put it in your graveyard. 6 tap, sack it. Destroy target non-land permanent. Interesting. Barrett. I was gonna say we haven't seen any Final Fantasy VII characters that I know of. Barrett Wallace, 3 in a red, legendary creature, human rebel. Oh, you see, they even give him the rebel. But I mean, I guess it fits with him anyways. But 4/4. It'd be funny if they gave him artifact creature. The fact that he's got machine parts. He could be like an Ethereum, one of the Ethereum. What is it? One of the guys from. I can't remember the set now. 4/4 for 4 reach. When it attacks and deals damage equal to the number of equipped creatures you control to defending player. All right, so you get to just shoot players. That could be a commander thing, or it could be in the commander deck. Summon Anima. All right, there's Final Fantasy X. That is a scary picture. That will give kid. Anima was pretty close to giving me nightmares when I was like 8 years old. Summon Anima, 4, 5, 6. It's a 4/4 for 6. Ooh, pain. You draw a card, you lose a life. Oh, you get that for 3 turns. Each opponent sacks a creature of their choice and loses 3 life. Oh, it's also got menace. Interesting. Omega, Heartless Evolution. Legendary artifact creature robot. 5, 6, 7, 8 for 7. Wave Cannon. When Omega enters, for each opponent, tap to 1 target non-land permanent that opponent controls. Put 8 stun counters on each of those permanents. Each opponent, tap up to 1 target. Put X stun counters. And you can X left or X is the number of non-basic lands you control. Non-basics. That's an uncommon, right? That's an uncommon. Tifo's limit break. Why is that green? You would think that'd be like white. Instant tiered. Choose one additional cost. Somersault is 0. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Meteor Strike, so cause an additional 2 colorless. Double target creature's power and toughness till end of turn. So, okay, so I can't do multiple modes. I can only do one. Okay, choose one additional cost. Darn, I can't do multiple modes. Final Heaven, 6/7. So it would cost 8 total. Triple target creature's power and toughness till end of turn. Alrighty. Oops, hold on. Oh, hello, Mamacita. Hold on a second. I did a quick glance at some cards because I was looking for a buy. Like I saw a couple cards. I might be wrong, but this seriously looks. This art. This looks like the expensive Sephiroth. That's a couple $100. Let me get a sleeve just in case. Let me get a sleeve, okay? I'm not sure. Let me get a sleeve. We're gonna look it up. Where are my sleeves? I should have had sleeves. There's a sleeve. Whew. Oh. I don't know if they're any different, but this really does look like the art. Oh, that is gorgeous, though. That's what I was talking about. I thought you could only get these. In the, probably you can only get the foil ones, but I thought you could only get these in the, my brain's not working, in the collector's packs. I don't know where I don't know where I can look it up. I'm gonna go look it up real quick. Go away, you stupid phone thing. Let me go look it up real quick. I can't on my phone because I'll turn off the stream. I want to go look on my computer real quick. All right. So I did find out. So what I was looking at, the super expensive $600, or it was somewhere between $400 and $600. That is the Surge foil version. So that's what I said. This isn't foil. It is Surge foil. You can only get the Surge foil in the collector's pack, but this is the full art borderless, and this still is about $60 right now. It was 67 or 70, something like that. So still, this still paid basically for, if I wanted to buy this right now at pre-sale cost, this paid for the kit, the pre-release kit. This one right here, we hit a nice one. I mean, I still want these, so it's not really just about the money, like, but it is gorgeous. I really want Titus and Yuna, to be honest. Like, I love Cloud, I love Sephiroth, I love Tifa, Aerith. They're classics, but Titus and Yuna, Riku, they're mine. But Sephiroth is great. The art on this though is great. Like, who did this? Maji. The artist was Maji. They did a great job. And looking through the camera doesn't do it justice. Oh my gosh, that's so great. Yeah, see, that's the thing is, like, you can't get the Surge foils. Like, I can understand, like, the stamped cards. That's the only thing, like, the stamped versions, or, like, the cards that have, like, yeah, they have, like 1 out of 700, or, yeah, so every, like, you can get, like, the stamped, the numbered cards, right? I guess those should, I think those should be, like, the only thing that you can get in the, I guess those would not be in a play booster, but I still think you should be able to get Surge foils. I maybe you can, and I just don't know it. But I thought Surge foils weren't a thing, but that still is amazing. Whichever box it came from, that box paid off. That's great. Because, like, I'm gonna go for a bunch of singles that because I'm no way I'm gonna buy a collector's box when they're almost $700. They're like 664 right now, I think. All right, Sage's Nolus. We already saw this one. I love the job selected. I'm happy they brought that back. This card right here, Weapons Vendor. I feel like this is gonna get broken somehow. ETB, draw a card, and then also, sorry about that. We saw something interesting looking. ETB, draw a card, but it also, for a common, beginning of combat, controlling equipment, you pay 1. And if you do target equipment you control, attach it to any target creature you control. That is, like, that's just free hammer attached. Like, in any of the super expensive equipments, you can cheat them in. You can cheat them in now instead of paying their equipment, like their actual costs. You can cheat them real easy. You can equip them real easy. Obviously, there's a rare, but, like, you can do it in Pauper now too. So, Haste Magic, that's not a bad card either. Shenra's Reinforcements, we already saw that. Oh, I'm still giddy. I'm giddy about this. I love this. So cool. Sephiroth's a great one too. Sephiroth. What was it? Crisis Core? Not the video game, but the movie. I think it was, yeah, Final Fantasy VII Crisis. Was it just Crisis or Crisis Core? I think Crisis Core was the game. But I loved it. That was I loved that movie. I never played the Final. It's what made me want to play the Final Fantasy VII game so much. So much I wanted to play the Final Fantasy VII game. I just wanted the remake with graphics because of that Final Fantasy VII movie. Like, the characters were so cool. I think I was like 13 when I saw that. Town Greeter. See, this is the art. No offense. Not super offense to the artist, but so generic. I have no idea where this is from. You should have chosen a better place. Hill Gigas. Now, this is probably from somewhere, but I don't know what Final Fantasy, which Gigas this is. Like, what creature. Trample, Haste, 654. Okay, it's part of the cycling. It's nice that they brought in cycling for everything. I like the world map. This is actually might be not a bad card to use in one of my commander decks. I got a lands deck, and it's being able to search out more lands is nice. This, I think, is definitely Final Fantasy 14. It's the cat boys. You got the cat girls and cat boys. Pretty sure that's 14. How do you say that name? Gihara Tia? Was that a girl or a boy? The last name, I don't know if it's like Japan where the last name, the first name is the last name and the last name is the first name. Like they got it switched. So is Tia the first name? Is that their given name? I don't know. They're very muscular, but they have a very feminine face. But you know, that's how cat boys. That's how cat boys. That's how cat boys cat boy. 3/5 for 5. Legendary creature, cat archer, reach the elegant eye. Whenever one or more other creatures and/or artifacts you control die. They don't say go to the graveyard now for artifacts. Really? They say die. Why don't they say go to the graveyard? Okay, I understand creatures die, but disability triggers only once each turn. Oh, draw a card. Okay. I hate that this ability triggers only once each turn. Like, drawing a card shouldn't be that powerful. Like, I understand that there's some busted stuff out there. They busted it by not thinking. But, like, the fact that they put that on everything now really pisses me off. There's some cards that just become garbage by putting that on there. They could be, like, half decent, and then you're like, oh, no, put that on there. Okay, now they're garbage. Tonberry! Oh, dude, the Tonberry used to screw me over in Final Fantasy X. I had no idea what the Tonberry was, and then all of a sudden just ran into the Tonberry. You run into the Tonberry, like, really, really early in Final Fantasy X-2 as well. Like, really early. It's one of the first beginning areas, actually. It's kind of like a middle area in Final Fantasy X, but then it's like one of the first areas you can go in X-2. 1 black, 2/1. This creature enters tapped with a stun counter. During your turn, this creature has first strike and death touch. Why did they give it the stun counter? It would become untapped from the stun counter from it instead. Well, I guess the Tonberry does take time to wind up. Zidane, Tantalus Thief. I don't know this one at all. Legendary creature, human mutant scout. 3, 4, 5 for a 3/3. Excuse me. When it enters, gain control of target creature and opponent controls until end of turn. Untap it. It gains lifelink and haste till end of turn. Whenever an opponent gains control of a permanent from you, you create a treasure token. What? Control target creature and opponent controls until end of turn. Untap it. It gains lifelink. Whenever an opponent gains control of a permanent from you. Okay. Oh, so like when they take it back, when they get their permanent back, you also get a treasure. Oh, that's interesting. So when it enters, gain control of target creature, and opponent controls and tap it. Okay, so you get to steal a creature, right? You get to steal a creature, get the abilities on it, but also when they take the creature back from you, so you could do a whole deck around taking things, but then when they take their creature back from you, which they're going to do anyways, you also get a treasure on top of that. That's cool. I actually like that. They never really think about it. Well, there's not a lot of things there's not a lot of triggers from when somebody takes their item, like you steal an item from them and then they take the item back. There's not a lot of triggers from that. Ultimacia Time Sorceress. I have no idea who this is. I've seen this art before. The long horns. I have seen that art. I don't know which Final Fantasy it is, but I have seen this from somewhere. I don't know if it's like Final Fantasy IX or something, but I've seen it on some art box. That's what I'm saying. This is sorry, the phone keeps bumping because I'm moving my arms on the table. Final Fantasy has such unique art. The art is very well done. That's the other thing. More of the art should have been watercolor. There's tons of great watercolor art, Japanese watercolor art. And unfortunately, they just don't seem... Oh, you know what? I totally missed some cards we had. We had some cards left over after Sephiroth that obviously I just totally forgot about after we found Sephiroth. But yeah, so there should have been more cards that had like watercolor. The art, they really should have requested that a lot more of the artists used watercolor. They really should have. Yeah, that's all I gotta say is like some of the art that you see for the covers of the video games and stuff. They really should have done something with that on some of the cards. Would have been nice. Ultimacia Time Sorceress. 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. So it's a 4, 5 for 5. Whenever Ultimacia enters or attacks Surveil 2 at the beginning of your end step, you may pay 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Damn. And exile 8 cards from your graveyard. If you do, transform Ultimacia. It turns into a 7/7. Unfortunately, we're going to see whatever's behind here. Oh, okay. Starting down. Ultimacia Omnipotent. That's scary. 7/7 with menace, time compression. Whenever this creature transforms, take an extra turn after this one. So my question is it whenever this creature transforms back? No, whenever this creature transforms into itself. Taking it. So yeah, when it transforms, you get an extra turn. That's a fun card. Probably not a standard staple, but definitely a fun. Enters tapped unless it's your first, second, or third turn of the game. Okay, tap, pay, for a colorless, tap, pay a life, add a mana of any color. So it's a not fixed, but slightly different City of Brass or Mana Confluence, right? So it's got the pay 1 life. So it's got the Mana Confluence, right? Pay 1 life, add a mana. Tap, pay 1 life, add a mana of any color. But then it also gets the additional tap for a colorless. But you don't want to make a strictly better Mana Confluence. So you make it enter tap unless it's turn 1, 2, or 3. Unless it's your first, second, or third turn of the game. All right. That's actually a pretty good land. That's a pretty good land. That's very usable. And we got a alternate art here. We cannot put that in front of Sephiroth. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. This isn't gonna work. This isn't gonna work. Stolen uniform. See, this is okay. They used the watercolor arts. They used the watercolor. This person did. This looks very watercolory. It might not be watercolor, but it looks like watercolor. But they might have used some of the watercolor stuff, this kind of art for the alternate arts, which I'm okay with. I'm okay if it's the alternate arts. I'll just buy the alternate arts. Stolen uniform, instant, 1 blue, choose target creature you control and target equipment. Gain control of that equipment. Change target creature. Okay. Choose target creature you control and target equipment. Gain control of that equipment until end of turn. Attach to the chosen creature. When you lose control of that equipment this turn, if it's attached to a creature you control, unattach it. So choose target a creature you control and target equipment. So you can still target an equipment you control. So this lets you steal an equipment, but it doesn't say an opponent controls. It just says target equipment. So you could target your own equipment, gain control of your own equipment, attach it to your own chosen creature, and then ignore the latter half of the card where it says you lose control of the equipment. It gets unattached. It gets unattached, right? So this is a very usable... Dude, this is another way to cheat. This is another amazing way to cheat a card, like a super powerful equipment, onto a creature. 1 blue. Oh, the equip cost is 10 or 15? Screw it. It's 1 blue now. And that art is also amazing. I think this is going to see major play. This is going to see major play. Just be like, oh, I steal your equipment, or oh, this could also like if there's an equipment deck running around there, this could also like be a game, like this could be a sideboard piece. Like obviously you could either steal the card or you could like hammer decks. I don't know if hammer decks are a problem right now or not, but you could steal their hammer and then turn around and like smack them in the face and win the game. All right, we got a Baron Airship Kingdom. I have no idea which this one's from. The advent of the airship marked realization of Baron's dreams, but also the birth of its militarism. And then we got a Chocobo. Chocobo! This is great. I'm going to go get I love this art. It's a foil. It's a great art. It's an alternative. I'm going to go get a sleeve. I need to find a stack of sleeves. Where are my sleeves? I have a stack of Pokemon sleeves. I don't care they're Pokemon. I just want sleeves. I was gonna buy a thing of penny sleeves, but I totally forgot. I need to get. Why aren't you going down? Wow, that is gorgeous, and I think that is a very usable card. I think it's a very good card. All right, so from our last pack, right? Our last pack. Before I got so excited and forgot about what was else in there. Queen Braun was our foil. Human Noble 2/1 for 3 prowess. Whenever Queen Braun attacks, create a 0/1 black wizard creature token with whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this token deals 1 damage to each opponent. Wow. Attacks, create a 0/1, so it's a 2/1 for 3 prowess. Dude, that seems both very playable. Like it's 2/1, but the prowess can really deal with the that. Oh, we got a foil, Guadasalam. I love the entrance to Guadasalam is amazing. Unfortunately, it's quite dark on this, but it also like makes it very shiny. Like it shines up those bright areas right there. I love Guadasalam. The Far Plains, dude. If there's not a Far Plains land, and we got Chocobo. I want all the Chocobos. There better be multiple Chocobos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're not even through the first. Dude, we're hitting bangers. Like we're hitting stuff I love, and we're not even through the first one. Not even through the first one. Is it Gigantitoad? I say gigant. I know it's probably got an extra A in there, but I say Gigantitoad. But Gigantoad or something like that. All right, so frog. This feels like it should be like mutant frog or beast frog. 4/4 for 4. As long as you control 7 or more lands, this creature gets +2/+2. Rook turret construct 3/3 for 4 flying. This has got flying. It's a turret. I guess so. Doesn't look like a turret. It looks like a fan. Whenever another artifact you control enters, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. It's got looting. Aerith Rescue Mission. Oh. There's got to be an alternate art of this. I love the paneling. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of like comic booky. I don't know if this has anything to do with the video game. For 4, a 3 and a white, choose 1, take the elevator, create 3 1/1 colorless hero creature tokens. Take 59 flights of stairs. Is this actually an option in the game? See, unfortunately, I haven't good. Okay, I say it's not. It is kind of my fault because I could play the original. Don't get me wrong, but I'm sorry. Like I can't. I don't know why I can't play older games anymore. Maybe my imagination just doesn't. It doesn't do it anymore for me. I just wanted the original game. They can't ever just do anything. They just can't give me what I want. But is this the option? You take the elevator or take 59 flights of stairs? Is that how? Tap up to 3 target creatures, put a stun counter on one of them. A permanent with a stun counter. Okay, that's interesting. Blazing Bomb. Oh, bombs. Yeah, bombs were big in Final Fantasy X. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, put a 1/1 counter. Blow up. Sacrifice this creature. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature. Activate only as a sorcery. Okay, that's another one too. Activate only as a sorcery. I'm sick and tired of things saying only activate as a sorcery. You to put 1/1 counters on this thing, you got to do a lot, and then it's like, oh, well, you also can only activate it as a sorcery. It's really stupid. They overpower a whole bunch of cards. Like they will overpower a whole bunch of cards, and then they will underpower like a whole bunch of commons and stuff. It's like, what? Fight on. So this is Final Fantasy VII. There's Aerith. 2 and a black. Why is this black? Return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Huh. I get like for the effect why it's black, but you would think her magic is white magic. That's spooky. Laughing Mad. 2 and a red instant. As an additional cost to cast this spell, discard a card to draw 2 cards. Ooh, if this was 1 in a red, then yes. We've already seen Avengers Airship. Prompto. Argentum? I can never say that name right. So Final Fantasy 15. 1 in a red, 2/2, legendary creature, human, scout, haste. Okay. Selfie shot. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, create a treasure token. I don't know how I feel about this whole 4 mana thing. It doesn't seem like there's a whole bunch to back it up. Galoof's Final Act. 1 in a green. Instant. Till end of turn, target creature gets +1/+0 till +1/+0 and gains. When this creature dies, put a number of 1/1 counters equal to its power up to 1 target creature. Okay. Ooh, I like that pixie. It's a cool fairy. Meg? Yeah, it looks like it's I and L, or it's 2 I's. I don't know. It's a weird way to spell it. Meg Pixie. 1 in a blue. Flying. 2/1. Whenever this creature attacks, surveil 1. Ooh, side quest. Play Blitzball. Yes! Why is this not blue? I guess it's the effect, but 2 in a red. Beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gets +2/+0 till end of turn. The end of combat on your turn. If a player was dealt 6 or more combat damage this turn, transform this enchantment, then attach it to a creature you control. Attach it. So it's creature enchantment. Okie dokie. Got a nice full art there. World Champion Celestial Weapon. Legendary Artifact Equipment. Double Overdrive. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has double strike. Equip 3. Nice. Hey, is this an additional rare, or is this... No, this is the rare. Okay. So we get another full art. I think it's a guy with 4 arms. Oh, it's a god. It's a god card. Ultima. Origin of Oblivion. Ultima. Origin of Oblivion. Legendary creature. God. Flying. Whenever Ultima attacks, put a blight counter on target land. For long as that land has a blight counter on it, it loses all land types and abilities that had tap, add colorless. Oh, it should not even tap for colorless. Whenever you tap a land for colorless, ooh, that's why. Add an additional colorless. Dude, this is gonna go so hard in colorless EDH decks. So hard in colorless EDH. That is a regular rare too. Sephiroth. Dun dun dun. All right. So I think I kept the packs together. So if that was one box, I think that is a very good box. Oh, we didn't. Sorry, I didn't finish off. So we got a foil, Gubu Gaba. Gubu Gardener. We got another. So we got 3 full art lands. Not bad. So it was like every other pack, I think. Swamp. Swamp. Forest. Yeah, so you got at least 3. So it was like every other pack. I feel like you should be getting 1 full art land a pack, but like the thing that should get changed out if they're going to give you like a dual land, it should be the token. They're going to give you an art card, a token, or whatever. I know that I know. So I know they wanted to fix token stuff because there was a lot of tokens that were actually really rare, but. All right, hey, we got our first Moogle. Well, I guess we had a token Moogle, right? Cloudbound Moogle. That's an expensive Moogle. 2/3 for 5 flying. When its creature enters, put a 1/1 counter on target creature, so you could give it to itself. And okay, so it's the other cycling card. Plains is cycling. Suplex. 1 in a red. Choose 1. It deals 3 damage to target creature. If that creature would die this turn, exile instead. Exile target artifact. Namazu Trader. I don't know this one at all. I want them to remake like Final Fantasy 1 through even 10 would be nice, but like all the older ones, even all of them. Just do like they just need to have a team remake instead of making like what was that Forspoken. They just need to be just don't change them. Don't change them. Don't change them at all like they did Final Fantasy 7. That was the dumbest thing ever. Right? The fact that you just can't play through the normal story. They just go back and just do a remake. Okay? Like we can get pretty much Oblivion remade, right? Except, they changed some of the armor because, can't show boobs. But just if you can give me Oblivion, just give me the same story, same stuff. Like I don't mind if they like add a little content because if the games were a little smaller or shorter, but if they want like some extra things to do, mini games, stuff like that, but it's all I want. It's all I want. I want my Final Fantasies. Namazu Trader. What did it even do? When this creature attacks, stop it. Oh, did it? Heal versus baby voice. Looks like he opened up another box. When this creature enters, you lose 1 life and create a treasure token. Whenever this creature enters, you lose a life. Oh, it's black. Okay, 3/4 for 4. Enters, you lose a life and create a treasure token. Whenever this creature attacks, you may sack another creature or artifact if you do so fail to. Another airship crash. Retrieve the Esper 3 in blue. Create a 3/3 blue robot warrior artifact creature token. Then, if this spell was cast from graveyard, put 2 1/1 counters on that token. Another Iron Giant, 6/6 Vigilance, Reach, and Trample. Another Adventurer's Inn. Lots of colorless stuff. That obviously goes very well with Ultima. Reno and Rude. Oh, yes, Final Fantasy 7. Nice. 1 in a black, legendary creature, human assassin, menace. When Reno and Rude deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of that player's library, then you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, you may play the exiled card this turn, and mana of any type can be spent to cast it. Ooh, that's why it's an uncommon instead of a rare. When Reno and Rude deal combat damage to a player, exile the top card of that player's library. Then you may sack another creature or artifact. Yeah, the fact that you got to sack a creature or artifact to do it, and you still got to pay for it, not great. Fire magic, tiered, red, 1 red, 0 fire damage. Fire magic deals 1 damage to each creature. Fire. Pay 2 additional colorless. Deals 2 damage to each creature. Fire-ga. Pay 5 additional colorless. Fire magic deals 3 damage to each creature. Okay, so 2 damage for 3 mana instant speeds. Kind of on par, but you can also pay more or less. Snow Villiers. What is a Villiers? I thought it would say villager at first, but I just realized it didn't have any G's. 2 and a white for star attack and 3 defense. Legendary creature, human rebel monk. Vigilance. Snow Villiers' power is equal to the number of creatures you control. Sid, Timeless Artificer. That looks like a dwarf, not a human. But yeah, it's obviously from an older game, not the newer ones. Not any of the Sids I know. Artifact creatures and heroes you control get +1/+1 for each artificer you control and each artificer card in your graveyard. Artifact creatures and heroes you control get +1/+1 for each artificer you control and each artificer card in your graveyard. A deck can have any number of cards named. What? A deck can have any number of cards named Sid, Timeless Artificer? Cycling a blue. Oh, that's why. Cycling. White and a blue. Dude, I need this. And my artifact. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's legendary though. Yeah, that's why. You can only have one out, but the +1/+1 still stacks for each one in your graveyard. Dude, any card that says you can have any number, especially since it's even an uncommon instead of a common, this will definitely be worth some money. I mean, rats are kind of a fun subtype, but anything that ever says you can have any number, there's always people, right, that are like, oh, I need 50 of those. I mean, people aren't going to make a rat deck out of it kind of thing, but, there was a rare. The Darkness Crystal, 2 black. Black spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Okay. If a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, instead exile it and you gain 2 life. 4 black, tap, put target creature card exiled with the Darkness Crystal onto the battlefield tapped until you can under your control with 2 additional 1/1 counters. Okay. That just seems like a good card for black stuff. Is that an additional? We've not got a single. Dude, have we got a single double rare? 1, 2, 6. No, we haven't got a single double rare yet. I mean, I'm not going to complain over the Sephiroth and Ultima, but Sephiroth. Sorry, I just can't help myself. Rydia. I didn't even Rydia. So even the legendaries don't get the stamp. Summoner of Mist. Landfall. Red and green. Landfall. When a land you control enters, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Summon X. Tap, return Saga card with mana value X from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Negates haste till end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. That's something I'm super interested in. Insomnia, Crown City. Insomnia is Final Fantasy 15. Yeah, Final Fantasy 15. It's unfortunate you just didn't, like, everything happened in Insomnia that you just didn't get to do. I really wish we got to see, like, the video game that, like, they had a video game, it got ditched, they remade the game basically for it was Versus 13 or whatever. I don't know if it was going to be named that actually, but everything they had that, because there was just so much more that was going to happen in the city, I think. Like, you were going to be able to go to Insomnia and do stuff before the end game or whatever. Because I saw all the stuff. Like, he had the ability, like, your character, I can't even remember his name now. It starts with an N. But, like, he had the ability to, like, throw his... Like, you had the ability to throw the sword as, like, one of your things into stuff and climb and all that. I know you can do that in some other areas, but it's very, like, part of a cutscene almost. But I think it was, like, a part of, like, part of your traversal and stuff. So they used it in other places, but they really... like you were constantly, you were driving. It was a lot more like, yeah, like you saw them like driving through nighttime, and you were meeting people in like dining areas and stuff. Like all the stuff that I saw, I was very excited for. It felt more Games of Thronesy. Like there was a whole prequel. Like it was almost like the game we got was the second half of what, like it seems like they might have added more stuff, but it seems like there was, you were supposed to have a whole like maybe 25 or like half a game before that. And I don't mind what we got necessarily, but it feels like, or like I don't know everything, right? But it feels like there was a whole bunch of stuff in the city and a whole bunch of stuff that was supposed to, like story wise, that was supposed to happen first. Then you got to that point. But no, we don't have time or something, and we got it all cut out. It was yeah. Why? Oh, the pack's upside down. I was like, what? What's going on? Goo gaga, goo gaga. Scorpion Sentinel. Yeah, we already saw this one. Ooh, this is okay. This is the electric cats. These guys were annoying. If you, yeah, they can one shot you in the forest in Final Fantasy 12. I was 2 under leveled at one point. 1 white tap target non-enchantment creature. No, it should have been like destroy target like tapped creature, or destroy target enchantment creature or something. But call the mountain chocobo. 3 in a red sorcery. Search your library for a mountain card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. Create a 2/2 green bird creature token with whenever a land you control enters, this token gets +1/+0 till end of turn. Flashback for 7. Dang. Okay. Quattrub Forayer. Oh, we already seen this one. Destroy target creature that was dealt damage. The Magic Pot. Artifact creature, Goblin Construct. 1/4 for 3. When this creature dies, create a treasure token. 2 tap, exile target card from a graveyard. White Mage's Staff, alright. Job select. So you get a 1/1 hero. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has, whenever this creature attacks, you gain a life. And is a cleric in addition to its other types. So it'd be a hero cleric. Swallowed by Leviathan. I have no idea which one this is. There's, like I said, so many 7, 8, 9 Final Fantasies. Plus the online one. 2 in a blue, choose target spell, surveil 2, choose target spell, surveil 2, then counter the chosen spell unless its controller pays 1 for each card in your graveyard. So it's a 2 in a blue counter spell. Was that a common or an uncommon? That was an uncommon. Judge Magister Gabranth. That is Final Fantasy 12. White and a black, 2/2, menace. Whenever another creature or artifact you control dies, put a 1/1 counter on Judge Magister Gabranth. It's weird. If an artifact dies, just go to graveyard. Opera Love Song. 1 in a red, choose 1. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards until your next end step. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards. Okay. 1 or 2 target creatures each get. Okay. So it can be damage or pseudo card draw. And is that a common? That is a common. Okay. Oh, it's a summon a freet. Alright, so they got art cards for. Don't do that, please. Stop it. Stop it. Chocobo Seeker of Paradise. Oops. Legendary creature bird. Well, shoot. Why is my phone almost dead? Alright, after this I'm going to have to plug my phone in. Whenever one or more birds you control attack, so it's 1 green, so it's Bant. It's 1 green, white, blue for 3/5, so 4 for 3/5. Whenever one or more birds you control, where does it say Chocobo bird? Birds you control attack. Look at that many cards from the top of your library. You may put one of them into your hand, then put any number of land cards from among them into the battlefield tapped and the rest into your graveyard. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters Choco, gets 1+0 till end of turn. Hello. Oh. Oh, dang it. I thought that was the rare one. Foil, Crossroads, another. Why am I getting so many swamps? This has got to be from the online hero. All right, I have to go get. I gotta get my charger. Give me a second. Yeah. All right. Hopefully. All right, we are plugged in. Perfecto. Got a art card on the back. Ooh, it's a Mugo. Mugo. A Moogle. Mugo is Kupo and Moogle put together. So there's the art card. Just figured we'd get that out of the way. Out of the way. Fate of the Suncrist. This spell costs 2 colorless less cast if it targets a tapped creature. So it's an instant. Destroy target non-land permanent tapped creature. Okay. So it costs 3. Still seems kind of overpriced. It feels like it costs like. Feels like it should cost 3 less if it targets a tapped creature. Another red mage's rapier. A black mage's rod. Prishes, wanderings. 2 and a green. Search your library for a basic land card or town card. Put in the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. When you search your library for this way, put a 1/1 count +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Huh. Okay. Queerin Merchant. Already seen that one before. Slash of Light. Already seen this one. Damage equal to number of creatures plus the number of equipments. I mean, there's some okay equipments. Like, I mean, there's some decent pauper equipments. Commons, but I wonder what the rares look like, because I haven't seen really any uncommons yet. Vincent's Limit Break. 1 in a black. Tiered. Until end of turn, target creature you control gains. When this creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control and has the chosen base power and toughness. Galeon's Beast for 0, so you get a 3/2. For 3 mana, you get a 5/2. For 5 mana, you get a 7/2. Interesting. Hello. Lightning Bolt! I knew there was Fatal Push. I'd seen Fatal Push, but I got a Lightning Bolt? Yes! That is a cool Lightning Bolt too, dude. Ah. I mean, I love lightning. I mean, I'll just take whatever. I kind of want a Fatal Push as well. Battle at the Bridge, I think it was, or something. Battle at the Big Bridge. But lightning bolts are always great too. That is great. I'll probably get a play set of these and pushes. Yes. Rum of the Vestige deals 3 damage to any target. I love the fact they're like, yeah, we don't want you to, I don't want there to be 2 lightning bolts out there, so it has to be a reprint, basically. It's got to be a reskin of lightning bolt, otherwise we'll have 2 lightning bolts out there that they can have. We can have 8 copies of lightning bolt in their deck. No, 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 we can't have that. Can't have that. That goes up there. That's a rare. That's basically a rare, right? Shambling Seath. Makes me think like I have a snake saying it. That's Final Fantasy 13, right? Shambling Seath. Aim to wander the world, unliving and undying until their corrupted flesh at last can move no more. I think that's Final Fantasy 13. Or it might be like 13-2 or 3. I think it's one of the 13s. It's been a while since I played 13, so. Chocobo Racetrack. Well, you know, I didn't even read this. 3/3 for 3. This creature enters tapped. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may pay black. If you do, return this card from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, it's a mutant. Why isn't it a zombie? It should be a zombie. Chocobo Racetrack. 3 green. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, create a 2/2 green bird creature token with. Whenever a land you control enters, the token gets +1/+0 till end of turn. Oh, I'm so glad that doesn't trigger once per turn. Oh, oh yes. Whenever a land you control enters, create a 2/2. So multiple land triggers. You get bird tokens. You get bird tokens that get +1/+0 for every. So you're getting birds. You're getting +1/+0 triggers. Damn. Yeah, that feels like that's going to be good somewhere, especially like an EDH deck. I love this art. This feels like it's like straight, probably. It feels like kind of anime-ish, but it feels like it's straight out of the art somewhere. Quistis Trepe. Is that French? 2 and a blue, 2/2 legendary creature, human wizard, blue magic. When Quistis Trepe enters, you may cast. Oh, that's a name. That's somebody's name. Okay. Quistis. You may cast instant or sorcery card from a graveyard. Whoa. Graveyard, and mana of any type can be. Oh, okay. You still got to pay for it. I was gonna say it's only a 3-drop. If that spell would be put into a graveyard, exile instead. It's not like everyone can get up on their own, you know. Okay. Not bad. Midgar, City of Mako. It is a town. So this land enters tapped for a black. Reactor rate 2 in a. Like, oh, this is a land that has a adventure on it. Okay. Sorcery, 2 in a black. You may sacrifice an artifact or creature. If you do, draw 2 cards. Then exile this card. You may play the land later from exile. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah, this is going to be going in some Esper control or something, right? And we have a dual rare. Bloink. It is a foil. It is the Regalia. It's the boys are back in town. They are in their car and they're going for a ride. Oh, I love the Regalia. It is. Final Fantasy 15 is so weird. 13 and 15 to me are really weird, but there's very good things about them. Now the Regalia, 4 mana for a 4/4. Whenever the Regalia attacks, reveal cards from the top of your library. It's got haste. Whenever it attacks, reveal a card from the top of your library until you reveal a land card. Put the card in the battlefield tapped, and the rest on the bottom of your library, and a random order. Crew 1. Wow. I will sleeve you up because these are foils. A foil Regalia and another Ravenaster. I wonder if do they have, or is that the land set, or do they all have a adventure? Is there one for each color? I don't know. We should find out. The Regalia. We have 3 packs left. That was our first double pack in all these packs. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 10, okay. So technically 10 rares. No, that should be 11. I don't know. I'm miscounting something somewhere. Something somewhere. It's not the end of the world. Commune with beavers. The other thing too is it feels like not enough of these. Maybe the thing is some of these cards like this might have to do with the Final Fantasy scene. I have no idea. Like I said, I haven't even played half the Final Fantasies, unfortunately, because they're old. They're much older, and I just keep playing the Final Fantasies that I do love, and I'm just playing Final Fantasy 16. So this might be a scene that I don't know about, but there's so many scenes. There's so many scenes from Final Fantasy 10, 12, 15, 10-2, like from those like 13. There's just so many scenes from those alone that they could seriously have done. This is why Magic needs to go back to doing multiple sets for one plane. But like you could have just done one set. You could have done a set on each Final Fantasy. Like you don't realize how much money you probably could have made on Final Fantasy by being like, hey, Final Fantasy, would you like to make a bunch of money? We would like to make a set on each Final Fantasy that would be like maybe not do tactics or any of those because like I don't know, I'm not quite sure, but maybe people love tactics to be honest, so maybe, but that'd be like one I wouldn't get. But commune with beavers. Sorcery. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact. You may reveal an artifact, creature, or land card from among them. Put in your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your hand. But look at the top 3 cards. Okay. Fortunately, not the best, but it's okay. If it's at 5 cards, but there is, of course, a really good card that already does something similar. Ice Flan. 5-4 for 6. This is Final Fantasy 10. Elemental Ooze. Once creature enters, tap target artifact or creature an opponent controls, put a stun counter on it. Island cycling 2. I think we've seen all of the cyclers. Summon Choco / Mong. We have seen that. I like them. Item Shopkeep. We have seen that. Our first Marlboro and a black for a 4/4. So 6 or a 4/4. Bad Breath. When this creature enters, each opponent discards a card, loses 2 life, and exiles top 3 cards of their library. So I'm likely to. Okay, that ETB might make up for it. Crossroads Village. Lunatic Pandora. Rydia Summoner of Mist. We've already seen this one. I was hoping this landfall one would be good, but it has to deal with sagas. Discard a card if you do draw. I mean, the pseudo draw, the filter, or what is it? It's not a filter. It's loot. You discard a card if you do draw a card. It's not a loot. Loot's the other way around. Draw a card, discard a card. But turn target saga card with mana value X from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter. I'd have to see all the sagas. Eject. The spell can't instant. The spell can't be countered. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand to draw a card. That's going to see some sort of play, right? Can't be countered. Summon Esper Ramu. So it's an Esper. So that's Final Fantasy. Espers? Eidolons were Final Fantasy 15. Icons were 16. Espers were 12. He was in Final Fantasy 12. I'd have to check again. It's been a long time. But unless Espers were in another one that I don't know about, because I could have swear Espers were 12 unless there was another one that had Espers. I don't know what they were called in 13. Unless they were called Espers in that too. Judgment, so 3/3 for 4. Judgment Bolt. This creature deals damage equal to the number of non-creature, non-land cards in your graveyard. To target creature and opponent controls. Wizards you control get +1/+0 till end of turn. So it pumped itself up in Wizards. We've already seen X-Death, Void Warlock. And our rare, another Dion, Behemoth's Dominant. Yeah, that's our second one, right? Yep. Here's me Pokemon cards. And a foil Quittrub. Got an island, but it's not the island I was looking for. Is this Final Fantasy X? No. I have no idea. Oh, wait. It's 8. I think they're at the bottom. Right there. Final Fantasy 8. Oh, you know what? I just figured that out. They have them at the bottom. Yeah. Final Fantasy 11. Final Fantasy 5. Oh, you know what? That's cool. I didn't even notice that. You know what? Props to them. Props to them. I didn't even notice that. What is this? Does this say on the back? This one does not. It'd been nice if they said. I'm going to say this is probably one of the online ones because of the small. But yes, okay. So the card at the bottom tells you which Final Fantasy it's from. Yeah, so that's 14, 5, 8. All right, so this Ifrit is 8. GF Ifrit. I was going to say the GF is confusing to me, but it is from Final Fantasy VIII. Wicked. That's so wicked. That's so wicked. All right. That is the wrong side. We got Hasty Basty Magic. We got Heck Dies. What is that one from? Final Fantasy II. When this creature enters, each opponent discards a card. Ooze Horror. So this one, what is this one from? Final Fantasy I. So, I mean, I don't know what they have to draw on from Final Fantasy I. I'm guessing there was some art. I wonder if they got any access to the art and stuff to see, but Ice Magic, Final Fantasy X. See, this feels like this Ice Magic, right? This should be, what's the ice summons? My brain. I'm having a brain fart. But yeah, the ice summons, it should be her using Ice Magic. Who is this? Oh, okay. I see the picture. It was hard for me to see. Okay, it's, I know who it is. It's her Moogle. That's her weapon. Basically, the Moogle is her weapon. And it's Titus there in the background, it looks like. I think that's Titus's head over there, but that's oh my gosh. I remember her boobs. It's the one that was like a big sister to Yuna. I can't remember her name all of a sudden. I should. It's not for some reason I'm remembering Pain from Final Fantasy X2. Why can I not remember her name? See, I'm not good with names, but yeah, I know. I know who it is now. So yeah, it would have been nice if it was like an iconic scene though. Like they should have definitely done more iconic scenes. So like her doing ice magic against, say, I can't remember the bad guy's name, but like when they're in the temple under the water, the ice temple, they could have done like her doing ice magic in the ice temple or something against the guy, like when they kill the, like, quote unquote kill the bad guy, and they get charged as being evil people and they have to run away and stuff. Sahagin. Which Final Fantasy is that? 14? Okay. I never played any of the online. Well, that's not true. I did I played it for 2 weeks when I got like a free thing, but unfortunately, I didn't want to pay $15 a month. Monk's Fist. Job select. Equipped creature gets +1/+0, and it is a monk in addition to its other types. Equipped to. The Prima Vista, 4 in the blue for 5/3 legendary artifact vehicle. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, the Prima Vista becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. Crew 2. It's a non-creature. Okay, so you can turn it into artifact creature until end of turn if you cast something for 4 mana that's not a non-creature spell. Viridia's Return, Final Fantasy IV. Choose one for 5 mana. Creatures you control get +3/+3 till end of turn. Return up to 2 target permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. Oops, that's an uncommon. Uncommon. The Gold Saucer, Final Fantasy VII. I will eventually play the remakes, but I really want them to just do the original story for Final Fantasy VII. Like, they could have done this remake thing with Final Fantasy VII. You can tell I'm really perturbed about the Final Fantasy stuff, the 7 one, because I really wanted to play the game with just better graphics. I'm not even a huge issue with the new combat system, but they could have done this whole new story thing if you beat the game on the new story, and then you unlocked the original game. The original story mode with none of the alternate all the changes. Because the game still pretty much has similar beats, there's just changes in the story. So I think you still go to most of the same places. So they wouldn't have to add a whole bunch more. They would have to add some more, maybe slightly different cinematics, or slightly different, maybe some new animations or something, or some new scenes basically to make it the original. But yeah, but that would have been nice. I don't know. I just hate it when they change stuff. I really do. Like, the only thing that I'm not angry with is Dead Space remake, because the only thing they did is they did add the voice, right? Though I like the silent protagonist. I wish there was a silent protagonist mode, but the additional story they gave you simply added context to some stuff, and that's it. It just basically added context. I know some people were angry that they didn't use the younger face models again. If they added a silent protagonist mode, and they added the old models in as an additional, like, you could choose to play with old character models that are just updated along with, or the complete new version, that would also be cool. But I don't think it might have had some malice to it. It might not have. It might have been DEI. It might have been them being like, oh no, you got to make, you can't, like, she's 40 years, 50 years old or whatever, and you can't make her look young. But I hate it when they mess around with something that people you love, right? Just leave them the way they are. People just want it to look like, the only thing they want you to change is the graphics, basically. All right, sorry, enough of rambling. The Gold Saucer. So this is a town. It doesn't enter tap. Taps for a colorless. 2 and tap, flip a coin. If you win the flip, create a treasure token. Hit to bring them back coin flips. 3 and a tap, sack 2 artifacts, draw a card. That, though, tap, sack 2 artifacts, draw a card. This could definitely work in an artifact deck for my EDH. Side quest, catch a fish. We already saw this one. So yeah, that land is definitely good. Oh my gosh. We got 2 of them. Both Final Fantasy VII. Why am I both lucky and unlucky at the same time? I know, like, Tifa is also going to be so hunted after, right? Oh, this is also going to be a great card for a deck, but I'm also just going to put it in. I'm probably going to frame this. I might get these not framed, but I might get these graded, depending on how good they are. I can't see the back. I don't see any scratches. That white fleck, I think, is on the outside. Oh, I am so lucky. This one's also, it was around the same price. It was probably like $50. So again, paid for the box. I just get free cards on top of it. Like if I just bought these 2 cards right now, I could have just bought these 2 cards, or I got lucky and bought these 2 boxes. Ah, it's a great card. Trample, landfall. Whenever you control enters. Double Tifa's lockout power till end of turn. Yeah, so landfall doubling her power. Pretty decent, landfall deck. But man, I mean, I just need Cloud. I don't have the whole team, but get Cloud next, right? And I think I have the 3 rares. Is he mythic? Is Sephiroth mythic? Yeah, okay, she's rare. So one Titus and Yuna and Riku. Don't get me wrong. I love these. I love them. But like I said, I grew up on Final Fantasy X. It was 10-2 first because I didn't know. I thought 10-2 was its own thing, and I saw the 3 girls, and of course I was a young boy. But then I was like, I love this world, and then someone told me, oh, there's Final Fantasy X, and I'm like, oh my goodness, there's a first one. I didn't know that. So I'm young, so right, so I'm like, and I'm kind of confused by the story a little bit, but then I kind of understand what's going on, but then I'm like, oh, that makes sense. There's a first one, so I get the first one, and then I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. Oops, sorry, this is amazing. The story was amazing to me. Of course, Titus was a little, the voice acting was a little cringy, but overall it was amazing, and I loved Auron. I loved the music, amazing. But so I grew up on them, right? It was that they were my jam. But this is great. I got a foil here of Titus. Lulu, that's who it is. Lulu is my busty girl. Hopefully there is a Lulu card also. That's who. Riku, Lulu, Waka. Unfortunately, I don't think that. Do they? I wonder if they have, because you would need the whole party. What's the blue guy? I can't remember the blue guy's name either. Waka, Riku, Lulu, Tifa. No, Tifa. Sorry. Yuna, Titus, Sir Auron. You could not. Sir Auron's very iconic. But that's the problem with trying to cram main characters from 17 mainline games, because I think Final Fantasy X is the only, because you have Final Fantasy X 10-2, then you have 13 2, 13 Lightning Returns, right? So you have 16, 17, 18, 19. There's 19 mainline games. That's not including Tactics or Tactics or any of the other stuff. But all right, we got a foil combat tutorial. Sorcery for Tuna Blue. Target player draws 2 cards. Put a 1/1 counter on up to 1 target creature you control. Target player draws 2 cards. Interesting. There seems to be a theme of putting 1/1 counters on stuff. So. And then a Baron, Airship Kingdom. What is this one from? This one's Final Fantasy IV, it says. Hero. So it seems like there's only 2 tokens along with that. I see heroes. I got heroes, and I've got... What's the other one? And the Chocobo, the bird. That's Final Fantasy 14. It looks like a dragon person. Man! So, I mean, we've made out like gangster here. I don't know how often you hit those. I wonder what the rate is on those. But at least money-wise, we've... Now, I'll be honest. Unfortunately, these cards don't smell super great. These, like there's like fake Chinese cards that smell like permanent marker. These smell like permanent marker instead of the normal ink. They don't smell like really good Magic cards. Normally, when you smell Magic cards, they don't give you a headache. Like these don't smell particularly good, but it might be something different. But man, our luck is good, but it's also not the ones we really wanted. Ugh, black mages. I mean, like I'm not gonna complain. I'm not. It's weird. I'm not complaining, but it's just funny. It's just funny. So another black mages rod, another airship crash. Retrieve the Esper. 3 in a blue. Create a blue. Okay, we already seen this one. Fate of the Suncrest. Final Fantasy 12? 12. I'm trying to remember. Huh. I need to play Final Fantasy 12 again. I don't remember that scene. Mysidian Elder. 2 in a red for a 1/3. Whenever this creature enters, create a 0/1 black wizard creature token. With whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this token deals damage to each opponent. World map. That's a good one. Il Vegas. Il Meg Pixie. As a nice, I like that art. This is Final Fantasy 11. Summoned Finrer. 3/2 for 2 and a green. Crescent Fang. Search your library for a basic land card. Put it in the battlefield. Tap, then shuffle. Heavensward Howl. When you next cast a creature spell this turn, that creature enters with an additional 1 counter. Ecliptic Growl. Draw a card if you control the creature with the greatest power or tied for the greatest power. Why do you keep unfocusing? Stop it. Overkill. 2 in a black. Final Fantasy 10. Target creature gets -0, -9999. Okay, yeah, overkill. I remember. Yeah. I remember that effect. Why don't you try out that sword I gave you, Waka? This, it's minus, right? It's -0. Oh, it's minus. This will get indestructibles. Yeah, this is actually a play. I think this might be a usable card. The fact for 3 mana, you can this has basically killed kill everything, right? What doesn't this kill? This kills indestructibles. No, that's not right, right? Because if it's indestructible, even if it's at 0. I can't remember how it works with indestructible. For some reason, my brain's not working. Huh? We had another Timeless Artificer. The art's different. So this is, these are different arts. Wait, I put it up here. But Sid's not an artificer in the newest one, right? In Final Fantasy 16, he's not an artificer. He is someone that does artifact stuff in Final Fantasy 10. I don't remember about 13. This is Final Fantasy 14. This is Final Fantasy 3. All right, so I was gonna. So Sid does get multiple art variations. That's cool. You can both have any number of him in a deck, and he has different arts. I wonder how many versions there are of him. Sorry. I kind of with that I kind of messed up the whole. We didn't get it. Did we get a foil? Oh yeah, we did. We got a foil rare. I mean, I'm not saying yeah. We got some pretty okay. The fire crystal, two red legendary artifact. Red spells you cast cost one generic. All right, so we had the black crystal, right? Now we have the fire crystal. So creatures you control have haste. So this is kind of like there was the god weapons, right? That did stuff. There was the god weapons that all had different mana costs, but they all basically reduced the cost of those spells by one. No, did they do that? I don't think they all did. I think that was just the one. I think one of them did that. I don't know. But yeah, all the god weapons, something similar. There were legendary artifacts that all did stuff, but this one, they're kind of in the same category. Legendary artifact. Red spells you cast cost one less to cast. Creatures you control have haste. Ooh, nice. 6 mana tap. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. Sack it at the beginning of the next end step. Okay. Yeah, I like that. And then a foil Aerith rescue mission. Overall, this was a great 2 little boxes. Like I said, we pulled 2 great cards that basically paid for the boxes. I don't know how much this costs either, but this is a great full art card as well. Ultimate Origin of Oblivion. This feels like this is going to be a great commander card. It's a legendary creature. It's a god card. I don't know if there's many cards that do stuff with god cards, but the fact that it's colorless, the fact that it's flying, attacks, put a blight counter on a target land for as long as that land has a blight counter on it. It loses all land types and abilities and has tap for colorless. Whenever you tap a land for colorless, add an additional colorless. So it doesn't need to have a blight counter. As long as it taps for colorless, as long as you tap it for colorless, you get 2 colorless. I don't know if this means if it already taps for 2 color, it taps for say 2 colorless. So if you tap a land for colorless, does that mean if you tap it for 2 colorless, you don't get the effect? Does it have to be 1 colorless? I'm not sure. I have to check if it has to produce only 1 colorless to get the 2 colorless, or as long as it taps 4 colorless, you get an additional colorless. But anyway, this Eldrazi decks will love this. There's tons of colorless commander decks that are gonna love this. It's gonna be its own commander because then it's just your commander will be your ramp card. Obviously, these right here, and then we got, like I said, we got the full art version of it. Is also amazing. These aren't foil, of course, but the non-foils are also going for pretty decent. Now the pre-sale prices, sure, but I think in the long run they're going to be amazingly good too. Like I want to get these both. I'm probably going to get another copy of several of these cards. Maybe to have raw, but also then I probably might want to grade the ones I have. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I want to buy the graded ones. I'm not sure yet. To make sure I get like a 10 or something. But yeah, the fact that we pulled both of these is amazing. Obviously, Cloud and Sephiroth would have been great, but again, I'm not complaining. But like, those are like some of the ones that most people are looking for. But of course, Titus and Yuna and Riku and Lulu. The Final Fantasy X ones, the ones I'm looking for, are the ones I don't pull. So, dude, if I can get my hands on a box, I'm gonna be so excited. They're out right now. It's currently pre-sale still. It doesn't come out till next week. So, I even totally forgot about these. So on top of that, we got these 2 additional rares. One of them I think is pretty good with the additional land. The other one is of course. Plus we got the 2 Sids. So overall, this is probably definitely. I mean, it's over. It's worth it. Those 2 alone, like these 3 alone, probably pay for everything. If we just bought those additionally, plus we got everything else. Plus we got all these other cards. Plus we got full art lands, and they're specifically the Final Fantasy. I'm gonna probably pull a lot of. I'm probably gonna go looking for a lot of the Final Fantasy full art lands just because I want those. for my for putting in regular decks and stuff. So, all right, so that is the Final Fantasy Magic stuff. I know I took my time and everything, but I definitely wanted to enjoy that, and I did. Oh man, that was fun. That was fun. I am so happy about that. The art on it too is great. I love the thing it has in the back. I love how it's the Roman numerals. I love the Roman numerals. It's very minimalist. I like that. I think they did a good job not to go overboard. I love how they focused on the character design and arts. But I did pick up some. I just dropped everything. So I just noticed. So this has nothing to do. Like I'm not knocking on my. Dang nabbit, stop it. I'm not knocking on my store or anything, but prices are kind of going down right now, especially for like foreign stuff because a new set came out. So I was gonna pick up a box of Japanese, but all the boxes are like the prices. So the prices that they had up there, if I had bought like two weeks ago, the prices would be pretty close. They'd be only about $5 to $10 markup, but most of the prices are down almost $30 now. So like I was looking at the Surging Sparks Japanese one, and that was like 109 on the shelf, and it's like it's like 80. It's like I can get it for like 80 with shipping. That's shipping included. So like it's almost $30. So like 109. So basically 110 with tax and stuff. That's not including tax, right? So not including tax, I'm like at 115. 115, 116, and then I could get it for basically $8. So I'd be paying way more. And so, like I said, most things were between $20 and $30 marked up. Now, like I said, they bought they had their stuff there for weeks now. So like I try to be like, hey, can you like work with me? But like they also like they bought their stuff at a certain price, so they got to sell their stuff at a certain price. So I bought a couple packs. I bought the cheapest ones that were $2.70 or something, versus like a lot of them were like $4, $3, stuff like that. But I couldn't get a whole bunch. Like I said, I bought a whole bunch of other stuff, but I wanted to get the Japanese packs. But like I said, they were a little bit expensive. And if I want to get anything, I'm gonna get it off TCG Player, because like I said, everything's right now is actually probably a good time if you're looking at Pokemon stuff. If you're looking at foreign still. Japanese stuff, it looks like a lot of it's coming down. People are going for the new set. Either scalpers have stopped scalping the older sets because they had scalped a whole bunch of the last, say, 5 to 10 Japanese sets have been scalped to death. Japanese sets have been scalped to death. The prices skyrocketed. Surging Sparks was at like 120, 130. And it's down to, maybe it wasn't that high. Maybe it was like 120, but it's down to about $80 now. So over the last 2 months, prices have slowly been coming down for a lot of stuff. Some stuff that was at like I can't remember, like this set. I can't remember what this set was. This set was at like nearly 90, and it's down to about 50. So. I can't remember what set this is. Future something. Future Rumble, Future something. So, yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna start buying some of those Japanese sets online. But I also have, like I said, I'm testing out buying Korean boxes from Korea. I can get them for about $10 to $15 cheaper. They just take longer because they're shipping from Korea. You got to make sure that they get here and how that works. And if I can get them to come through, then I will continue to order them from across the sea, and I will probably start buying in bulk. If I can buy 5 of them for that much cheaper, I can basically buy 3 boxes and get. Oh, I can buy like 4 boxes and get like 2 or 3 boxes for free. Well, I say free, but I would have bought if I bought 4 boxes from TCG Player, I can buy 5. If I bought 4 boxes from TCG Player, I can get 6 boxes if I directly buy from overseas, and that's including shipping. So, all right. So, like I said, I don't know this set. I think I haven't opened this set. I've opened Cyber Judge, and this is a couple sets before Cyber Judge. So, go away. All right. So if you don't know, Japanese sets have 5 cards. Yeah, 5 cards in a pack unless they're a special set. Like 151 has 7. Some of the other ones have 10. So like Prismatic Evolutions has 10, I think. So like some of them have 10. Um, and the ones that have 10 are like randomly inserted, or like you'll get a couple EXs, or you'll get a couple good cards in there. So it's basically like a double pack of Japanese. But so it'll be 3 commons, 2 uncommons, and your uncommons can sometimes be switched up for a rare or EX or your other card. So we got Apom, right? Tinka, the second evolution in the Tinka Tongue line, Surskit. We got the rare, right? This is the rare Chinpiao and an uncommon. So this is so one of the uncommons was switched for the rare. So we got a rare. I don't know which one. So this is, I can't remember if this is before or after Chilling Rain. I think this is before Chilling Rain. No, I want to say this is after Chilling Rain. I can't remember. I can't remember if like their base versions come, but it could have also, like, sometimes once you have an EX version, they still bring out you'll still get a rare version. Not soon after they'll like reprint it or something. Phoebos. Unfortunately, though, the only thing that I dislike is an uncommon. The only thing I dislike is like their you can get. I don't think you can get any foils, commons, uncommons, and stuff like that. Like you get the foil rares, you get the full foil EXs and all those kind of things, but you get like no foils. Even if they were less common, I still think you should be able to get the foils for commons and uncommons at some point. Polygon, Electric Kid, it's not Electric Kid, it's common. Oh, there we go. Which one is this? That's an uncommon. Hello. Hello. Where put my sleeves? It's not Pheasantipity. It's Pheasantipity, Pheasant, Fiddle. Yeah, I'm not. So all the new Pokemon. Yeah, okay. Black and white Pokemon and the new Pokemon, I'm not super great with. So Fwiddle, pretty sure this is Fwiddle. Espion something. It starts with an ES, I think. It has an ability though. Mikiwame. Stop it. Go away. Mikiwame, and it's 70 plus attack for 2 psychic. That's a great art though. I love that art. It's in the desert. There's the sun. It's like on a spine of some sort. That's actually great. I really don't like this Pokemon at first, but that is a great art of it. Wow, so 2 packs in, and we got a nice... That'll probably be my only one, but... Should have just grabbed the 2 top packs and been done with it. Okay, I should get it... Can I turn the autofocus off? I just want it to stay where it's at and stop moving. Excuse me. Okay, so we got Onyx. Fantup is the evolution. It says Bakacha? Bakacha? That's not, I don't know. Fantup is the illusion, I think, right? Vanillix. No, this is Vanillish, right? It's Vanillite. Vanillish. No, Vanillish. Vanillite. Vanillix. Double uncommon. Is this the good Tasiguri? No, this is not the one with the... So this is a Professor Turo, right? Professor Turo. Okay, that's a good... Professor Turo is a good uncommon. A usable uncommon. There is... junk on my... See, this is also why I buy Korean, because with 30 packs, if I can get a thing for $35, and there's 30 packs, I think it's 30 packs. No, I think, yeah, 30, it's either 30 to 36 packs. So I'm either paying $1 a pack, or it's like a little over $1 a pack. I know the cards usually tend to be worth less, but if I can still pay like 45 to 50 is still pretty worth it for Japanese ones, because they're worth a little bit more. But if you're just collecting, of course. But I also play casually, so like having Japanese ones don't tend to hurt me. So who cares? Who cares what those guys' names are? Pancham, right? Panseer. I think it's Pancham and then Panseer. Oh gosh, I forgot these ones. Or I forgot this one too. It's or something. Or he's the gem leader, I believe. Gen 4. Tinkaton? Uncommon one. I just ripped that pack in half. Just ripped that one in half. Milk tank. Tinkaton. I have to remember. I know Tinkaton. Zebstrega is the evolution. Is Zebra? Zeb. Oh, this is a good one. I don't remember the ability, but this is a pretty good one if I remember. This is a rare, right? Why is the rare before the uncommon? This also has an ability, though. Okay. I don't know what this one does, but this is actually a good one. Plus, I like the art. It's a great foil. I love the art, and I think it actually has a pretty decent ability. I can't remember what it does, but if I remember correctly, it has a usable... Unless I'm confusing one. There's another one where, like, its nose is facing this way. Like, it's swimming upward, and it's like a side profile view or whatever. But I still like it. It's a good side view. I mean, it's a good art. I'll just put the Chin Piao on one anyways. I can never say that. Chin Pao. I just picked up a little bit ago. It was like $18, $20. I picked up a Chin Pao EX. It's the secret art rare version, I think. I don't want to say the rarest version, but I say like the illustration rare. I'm not sure if it's secret art rare, illustration rare, but all right. Names are escaping me right now. I don't know why. Swablu. Yeah, I think this is Fwiddle in English. Hirahina? Hirahina is Japanese. Sasa Karage? Is it Sasa Karage? Sasa? Or is that a na? No. I do not know what that is. Panseer, right? Pancham to Panseer. That one has an ability, but I don't think they're any good. It does 190 damage for 4, but I don't know what it has. It has something written underneath of it. I'm assuming it's in a negative. 100 only has 100 HP. 190 for 4 though is not terrible for an uncommon. Mousehold is the evolution, right? Double edge. Oh, I never really played with those ones. Age of Slash is obviously the evolution. I like Kid. Oh, yes! I wanted the English, like, I missed, there was a, for $10, it was for $10, there was an English version at the store, and I was still just starting to do Pokemon, and I'm like, that seems expensive. And I mean, I guess I can understand, but like when you're collecting and it's really just going for the art, I think still it's probably like around $15 now, but oh yeah, this is a great art. I love it. I don't know why. I love Steelix, by the way. It's cool. Unfortunately, he's great defensively, but of course, like, he can just get rocked way too easy by like Earthquake, by ground types, and terrible special defense. Oh, but I've been wanting this. Well, so far, not bad. Not bad. That's probably only like a $5 Japanese, but still. Panpour? No, Panpour, okay, Panpour has got to be the... No, oh, Semi-Seer. Okay, Semi-Seer is the evolution, the semis, right? Semi-Poor, Semi-Seer, Semi-Sage. So Panseer... Is it Panpour? Pansage, Panseer, Milk Tank. I don't know. And then it's not Delibird, it's the future one. It's the future one. Chimecho. Vanillish. Is it Vanillish? Vanillite? Vanillite. I see something in the back. Oregon. Okay, just a regular EX, but still cool. We got Iron Valiant. Is it Iron Valiant? Is that the... I think it's Iron Valiant, right? And then Ampibomb. EX. So out of our poll so far, not bad. I mean, to be honest, out of the 10 I've picked, the fact that, like, because you can go, I could have picked, like, we've got one left, but I could have picked, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So currently we have 5 hits. Well, I don't know if rares are technically hits. But I could have gotten, you know, even if I got this, but I could also have gotten, like, I could have pulled this, right, and then had the rest just all been uncommons, and not pulled any art cards. I just pulled a stack from one side. I didn't go like this one, that one. I counted 10 off the top, and I kept those because, like, I realized something if you open a box, as long as you don't mess with the order of the cards, if you open a Korean or Japanese box, They stack the box almost. I want to say they stack the box. So as long as someone doesn't mess with the order of the box, when you hit a pick card, so if you hit an EX or an ace spec or an art card or what, hit a good one. If you then go about 3 or 4 packs, you will hit another one. It's usually a guarantee hit. Like they're stacked. You're guaranteed to get so many in a box, but they also don't randomly insert them in the box. It seems. Now I could be wrong, but it seems that way. So it's like, because it's very, very rare that I open. It is very rare that I open a pack. I get an art card, right? I get an art card. Next pack I crack, I get another art card. Now an English one, I could do that. I opened up 14 packs of Crown Zenith. I think it was. It was Crown something. It was the V set. It was the set of V's. It was the Kyogre. It was the ground. It was the Sea Sky box or whatever, and from Sam's Club. And I opened those 14 packs, and I went like the first 4 packs were like all hits. I got Galarian Gallery. I got like a Galarian Gallery. I got a Galarian Gallery, an EX, a Galarian Gallery, and then I went like 8 packs with nothing. Now, obviously, this was another thing. I didn't do the box, but when I opened my box as well, I would go 6 or 7 packs without hitting anything. Like the first half of my box from what was it? Temporal Forces. I think it was Temporal Forces. The first half of my box was pretty good. I got all of my full art cards, my art rares. All my art rares were in the first half of the box. That's true. 3 of my art rares were in the first half of the box. Most of my EXs were in the first half of the box. And then like the latter half was just pretty much basic rares until the last 5 or 6 packs. Then I pulled a couple more EXs and a rare, and I pulled an ace spec or something. So it was like a bunch of good stuff up front, and then like a whole bunch of dead space in between, and then the very end I got something. So that was like kind of unfortunate. So Panseer, I'm pretty sure that's Panseer. Not Tinkaton, is it? Oh, there's something there. Might just be a rare though. I don't know the middle. I don't know the middle one at all. Right? Okay, yep, just basic Steelix. Still cool though. He looks cool. 180 for 5. I wonder what this 130. Is this 130 the one where you like shuffle your entire deck away or put it in your discard or something? Ooh, which one is this one? Is this one of the... If this is one of the evolutions or de-evolutions moves, this could be a good one. Like a usable card. So, hey, for 10 packs, so it was a little under $30. It was like $27 because it was $2 and it was $2.70 for 10. Sorry, it was $2.70 per pack. $2.70, not bad. Now, obviously, like you're not hitting. I'm just opening for fun here. But I got a cool Malak that I like. I think I don't have any of these. I might actually have this in English. I'm not sure though. But I like I like collecting in Japanese. So these are just fun to have. Like these are just gorgeous. Like look at these. Even though these are rare, these are just gorgeous. I wish more rares did have more utility and usability though. Steelix. This is gorgeous art though. Gorgeous art. Gorgeous. But then these were nice. These are the nice pulls right here. So 3 out of 3 and 10. So every 3 packs we got a hit. Yeah. So every one in 3 packs. Seems pretty reasonable to me. Now this one might be worth a little bit of money. I'm not sure. I don't know about this one, but these are both ones I do not have, neither in English or Japanese. So Yeah. So the ones that I have coming in, I think I have. So that well, this is all the pack opening for today. I had a lot of fun. This was great, really great. Oh, it was nice to open a little bit of Magic. Unfortunately, like I'm not like playing or building any Magic. This is obviously just for the Final Fantasy, and that's what it is. It's for collecting the art. It's for collecting the Final Fantasy. I wish Final Fantasy had its own card game. Unfortunately, it doesn't. If it did, if it had its own if it had its own anything, I would probably collect that. To be honest, but even then, this is the one crossover. I wish I had crossed if I had gotten a little bit of stuff just for the collectability of Lord of the Rings or D&D because I both like some D&D like the dragons, and obviously I love Lord of the Rings, but I wasn't playing Magic at the time. But of course, it's super expensive most of it now. But that's why I'm here for Final Fantasy, and I love Final Fantasy. So, but of course, just nice to open some stuff. But I got some stuff coming from Korea. Hopefully, it'll be here in the next couple of weeks. It's supposed to be here by the 20th for sure. It's taken about a month, about 3 weeks. I ordered it. I ordered it about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so it's going to be between 3 and 4 weeks to ship. But the nice thing is, like I said, it's less expensive, so it's just waiting. Save some money and wait, and I'm going to start if it gets here and everything's fine. I'm going to try to start doing some bulk ordering, so that I can spread it out and try and save a little bit money by. Well, it's like oh you're ordering more stuff, but it's like I'm gonna buy more now. I'm gonna what I would normally do is buy stuff over time, like buy a couple things here, buy a couple things there, but I'm spending more money when I buy a couple things here and there. So instead of I'll buy it all at once and then spread it out a little bit. So we'll like open once a week or once every other week or something. But right now I want to get some older stuff. So Korea, some stores in Korea still have some older Korean stuff from like 10, 12, like 20 sets ago, some older stuff that like I can't get any of the English of anymore. There's some stuff from the V sets. I can't remember what they're called, but like the Dialga set, the Dialga and Palkia set, the Hisuians, a lot of the stuff that has the Hisuian stuff in it, and that kind of stuff. The Giratina set. Unfortunately, even the Evolving Skies, I think, is all the stuff that was the Korean equivalent of the Evolving Skies is pretty expensive. I have to check. I can get some Korean 151. I want to try and get some Korean 151. That's it's about $50 to $55 a box, but a little bit more expensive than like normal boxes are about 35. So yeah, it's more expensive, but that's nowhere near as expensive as Japanese, and it's still the same equivalent in the amount. So I could do that, but anyways, so point being is they have stuff that's a lot older. There's a lot of it in stock and all that, and it's cheaper, and I just need to wait time. So if it comes through, that's what I'm waiting for. I'm not gonna. I wanted to order more so I could space it out and be like, oh, this is gonna hit, and then I'll get one. Hopefully, I'll get another package a week later, and another package a week later, and another package. Every so often, I'll get a couple boxes in every couple weeks or something. But I want to make sure the package comes through and like customs and border and like all that stuff goes through nicely, and it's like okay, we don't have any issues. If we don't have any issues and all that, then I'll start ordering more. But anyways, yeah, so this was great, cool. Couple of cards I don't have, and a great one. I love this Steelix, love it. um yeah, so cool, and I love that. So and if I can, I will keep my eye out because I want to collect the Final Fantasy. Like if I can get boxes at cheaper at below 180, if I can get them at like 150, 160 or something, I'm gonna try and get some Final Fantasy boxes. But I like paying 90 for them right now is paying $30 more, $40 more. It just doesn't seem like I can. I'll stick to collecting Pokemon for the moment and wait on it. Plus, it's supposed to keep being printed. So, like I said, it's a pre-order time right now. Usually, if you watch any pre-orders, people buy out stuff, and then it tends to go down afterwards, especially since they're going to print more. So, all right. I hope everyone had a fun time. I hope everyone enjoyed this. I certainly did. I love this stuff. over here. I mean, even the Regal, the Regalia, I should say. We got a Squall. Getting the full art, cool. But these, it was very nice, very nice, very nice, very nice. But yeah, I'm a very happy boy. Now I'm gonna go get something to eat, and hopefully we'll get some more SIDS in the future as well. I want a deck full of SIDS in this. I want more. I want to check more alternate art stuff out. I want to get a whole bunch of these, the stolen uniforms. I think it's both a good card, but I also think it's gonna be great. I want to see how many alternate arts there are of Sid, because we are going to try and get all the SIDS, and we're going to try and get as many SIDS as we can. Because I always know those are always expensive. So, all right. You guys have a good one. I hope you guys enjoyed. And you guys have a good rest of your weekend. I believe today is Sunday. Yeah, today's Sunday. So I hopefully will see you guys back on Monday. And I'll be doing a little bit of editing and then hopefully a little bit of streaming. Probably doing a little bit of Pokemon or something. Doing a little bit of casual stuff for the time being. Let's say the time being, like I'll do a little bit of casual stuff for the next couple days, like Pokemon or something, and then we'll get back to playing. Well, then we'll play something. We'll play something a little bit more hardcore, but I might have some space. I might be able to get some space here real soon. I might be able to get a hard drive here in the next week or two. So, when I say next week or two, I mean within the next week. Next week. Within the next week or two. I'm hoping to order one within the next week and hopefully have it soon. So, all right, you guys have a good one. Bye now.